I wish I had a funny joke to open this up, but I honestly, genuinely, really don't. But hi, everyone! Welcome back to the Push Your Buttons podcast. This is episode. I'm gonna shotgun the number. I'm gonna shotgun the number because I don't fucking remember. 17.
I think you're right.
17. Do you want do you want to put money on that?
I'll put $5.
Okay.
You want to put $5 on that?
Hold on.
Actually, wait, no. I bet $1.
Hold on.
Hot dollar.
I'm gonna phone a friend. I'm gonna phone a friend really quick. Hold on. 1 second.
You're gonna phone me?
Hello. Hey, friend. I need you. Is this the 17th episode? I don't know. Okay. Goodbye. Goodbye. That was Mr. Bean.
The Mr.
Bean
flicks Mr.
No,
Bean's
I'm all in,
bean.
all in, doctor, all in.
All in. All right. Does anybody else want to say that this is episode 17?
I think it's episode 18.
Are you willing to put money on that?
I'll put $1.
I'm all in, all in.
Put $1 on that.
All in.
I am willing to tell y'all exactly what episode it is.
I'm all in 17. All in 17, baby.
It is episode 17.
Yeah!
Oh, damn. I'm tight. I lost $1. Damn it.
I'm gonna go destroy my entire town now, just like sports fans do.
No, that's only Philadelphia. There's a difference.
Oh, allow me to correct myself. I'm gonna destroy my town like Philadelphia sports fans do.
There you go. Whether they win or lose.
Hi, everyone. Welcome
It's
to the
great.
Push Your Buttons podcast. Who's all here today? Who's all here?
Phil's here.
Brandon's here after almost dying.
Yeah, we
True.
were having a lot of stuff going on too. So I'm very happy Brandon is
Yeah.
here and that he's doing a lot better.
Oh yeah. Definitely a lot has gone on the past couple months, which is why we haven't had a pod in a while.
Is
right.
Bottles here though? I don't know. Is Bottles here? Anyone know if he's here?
I heard that he's actually leaving to go live in the wild.
Whoa.
The wild.
Whoa.
Listen,
Yeah.
just don't live with the penguins because they're being tariffed right now.
Yeah.
No.
Those poor penguins.
With their currency of shells and
Would it be shells?
I don't know.
It's rocks.
Ice?
Oh, it's rocks.
Shells,
rocks.
rocks.
Yeah.
Rocks?
Yeah,
Pebbles?
could be rocks. Shiny rocks.
They function
Right.
like it's Fallout, except instead of bottle caps, it's rocks. So like the shinier the rock, the more expensive it is, or some shit.
Isn't that just people?
Fuck.
What is it? There's some penguin lore there's like one penguin that would just steal the other one's egg or something? Something crazy?
Yes, some penguins actually do steal other penguins' eggs.
That's hype.
That's crazy.
That's hype.
This baby's mine.
Yeah, this baby's mine
Your
now.
child is mine. Who would have thought kidnapping is part of nature? That's insane.
That's crazy.
So everyone, as we usually open up the show, what have we been playing? Should I start this time since I'm starting the show? Actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah,
I mean,
go
yeah,
ahead.
if you want.
Yeah, yeah.
So for me, there's been a lot going on, obviously. So I'm gonna just abridge. It's obviously, I always say stream stuff is my priority. That is what I'm playing for the most part usually. So I have been in the middle of specifically, I can't believe I have to remind myself by pulling up my channel. I don't remember if I said it, but I did beat Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. That was fun. That was fun to do. I'm looking forward to explore more of those. I have started Sly 3, and that's been like, I really genuinely think, like, at least the base trilogy of that game is like, they're all just universally solid. Like, I just don't think, like, you could tell me whichever one is your favorite, and it's like, yeah, I get it. Then also, I started a replay of Cuphead. That was a game I, for the longest time, have debated playing on the channel because, you know, it's a rage game, so it's just like... And I also, when I play that game, if my run ain't going well, I'm, like, resetting that shit, like, all the time. But it's actually been going, like, pretty well, and they've been doing really well, too, viewership-wise, so that's been nice. And then the big one I want to talk about, just for a little bit, just a little extra, besides also replaying Deltarune before Chapters 3 and 4, Deltarune June 4th, Doom: The Dark Ages arrived, and it has been basically my life for a while now because I am playing it. I am playing it on Nightmare because the history of me with the new Doom games, my first playthroughs of those games were always on Nightmare, every time. Obviously, when I replayed them on the channel, I did Ultraviolence, but this I was like, I couldn't not do it. And I gotta tell you, man, this game has been so fucking fun. This game has been awesome. I love the combat when you hit your flow state, like all the other Doom games, it's fucking wonderful when you hit it. The only like genuine complaints I'd had about it were just like a lot of things you could easily fix. Like I thought the weapon wheel was too slow switching between stuff, but you can adjust that in the settings, which is another cool thing about the game is you can adjust all the settings you want. Like it's insane all the adjustments you can do in it. It's very friendly to however you want to play the game. I'm playing on Nightmare. I actually upped the projectile speed because I felt like it was too slow on the base difficulty. Like and like the music's been good. It's not Mick, but it's been good. You know, it's like I really have enjoyed it.
It still feels like Doom.
Yeah, it's very good. A lot of the tracks actually feel like Doom 1, actually. They have a very, like, a lot of the bass strumming in it, like just captures that really well. And I was afraid going into it just because I love Eternal. Eternal is, like, one of my favorite games ever. And I still think I like Eternal more than this, but, like, this is a worthy new game in this series. And it's just, like, I think it's awesome that it has made 3 different games, and all of them are good for really different reasons. And,
I definitely appreciate that.
Yeah. The shield parry is super fun, and like I've been enjoying my time with it. So that's for me. That's for me right now.
Yeah, from what I've been seeing and like from what I've been watching, that's like the general consensus is that it's better than 2016, but not as good as Eternal, and it's like in the middle. It's like
so I'm not
if
sure.
it's your second favorite.
My thing is
yeah,
like
sure.
I'm not even sure if I consider it better than 2016, but it's like on par with it at the very least.
It's a fun game.
Yeah, it's very much the same.
Yeah.
I would say
The other I guess complaints that I see about it or like kind of like story stuff. Is this even really Doom anymore? And I'm like, no, it's. This feels the most Doom than honestly like Eternal does. Like it feels a lot more like actual Doom versus like Eternal. And I'm saying that out of love because I love Eternal. I've been having just a hell of a time with it. Like I look forward to playing it, you know. It's exciting. I'm like a little more than halfway there now. So like I'm almost done. I'm getting close to finishing it, which is exciting. I think I ended it on chapter 17 recently, so and there's 22, so that leaves me with like 5 chapters left basically.
Yeah, I think I'm in chapter 9 right now because I've been streaming it too.
Yeah.
But obviously I haven't been playing it as much as you have. Like I've seen you've been streaming that shit like every day.
Let's go.
To the point one of them was like a completely impromptu stream also. We're just like, I'm not doing anything tonight. Fuck it. The only
like a gorilla stream.
One last thing. I guess the one other kind of criticism I would give it is the level length is shockingly varying. Some levels are like super short, and then other ones are like, oh, this one's like an hour. I'm like, what the fuck? Mind you, there's a buff between me because I'm playing on Nightmare, so I was like, there's an additional curve with that. But like compared to other levels, I'm like, whoa, like.
Yeah, like I think it's like the 6th or 7th chapter where it's just like one giant fucking area.
It's like the battlefield,
like
right? I think that was like chapter.
Yeah,
it was around there. It was like it's a great level. Don't get me wrong, but it's like whoa, this is like different.
Well, that and like I've been also trying to like collect everything as I've been going along
me
too, and like oh my god.
I mean, for me,
oh my god.
I will say my priority are the little mans, the toys. That's my favorite collectible in any of these games. So I always prioritize those. I've missed a few things, but I get it for the most part. So just to cut off here, that's me. That's what I've been playing.
I'll go, I guess. So, I haven't really been playing anything, but that's because I was on vacation. I went to Combo Breaker last weekend.
Hell yeah, that's like a fighting game con, right?
It's a big fighting game tournament.
Yes,
like, it's like one of them.
I'm sorry.
What happened?
I thought it was a con or something. So.
Oh no. Yes and no. There was like like artists there and stuff, but it's like another big fighting game tournament like CEO.
Sick.
And stuff like that. It kind of leads up to Evo in a way. Super fun. I guess former GCN host Juan, his brother, and a few of our friends. We went up there and had a blast. It was just playing fighting games, watching them, drinking. I got hungover for the first time in a while. Doesn't happen very often. But when it does, I'm like,
Well, you had like what 6 or 7 cans of beer in like an hour?
Yeah. Those Smirnoff red, white, and berries out of a 12-pack. I had 7 right out the gate too. So I was like, ugh.
Oh my god!
And that's a bunch of like sugar, and I woke up dehydrated, and I'm like, like a prune.
You woke up like that.
Like that one picture of the Iceman.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like the alien that was like that one government tried to show off that was real in a box. And it just like looks like a shrivel up little guy. Like
Yeah, that
I love
or
that dude.
you know,
I love that dude.
or if you touch the jewel, I'll die. Okay.
Return the slab.
That was great watching. Just watching fighting games is dope, and I love fighting games.
hell
It's
yeah.
the coolest shit
Hell yeah,
ever.
man.
Watching Marvel was great. Watching just like Street Fighter, Tekken, it was sick. I could not. It's probably one of the best events I've been to, and I watch sports, right? And I go to sports events sometimes. I go to sports games, but like this was pinnacle. This was peak. I should go to Evo, but probably not this year. Maybe next year. But I know next year the guys were gonna try to actually go and compete in Combo Breaker, and I'm probably gonna play Grand Blue Fantasy. So that if I come back next month and I go, what am I playing? I've been playing a lot of Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. It's like the second edition. That game's dope. I like it. I like the character designs of Grand Blue. Booba.
I was about to say a new character just came out for
Yeah,
Grand Blue
she
Fantasy
did.
versus Ryan.
Galleon.
Galleon. She is a dragon of Earth.
She's a grappler too, I think.
Yeah, she is literally a grappler.
Neuron activations.
One of her moves, she literally dives to you, grabs you with her legs, and it's just like, people are gonna get hit by this.
It's a hurricane. It does a hurricane on it. It's sick. I don't know who I want to play. I think I've settled on Eustace and I forgot who the second I wanted to play. Courage. No, that would be Lil Wayne actually. If there had to be a Courage. But yeah, that's really about it. Nothing too crazy.
So gigantic gun boy.
Dude, Eustace is dope. He just has a gun, and either him or La Diva, because she's a wrestler, and I'm like, that's just my motif at this point.
I'm gonna let you know right now. For Eustace, he is a charge character.
Ah, dicks. All right, well, I'll figure it out. That's how it usually goes. I go, man, I'm bad with charge characters. They're the easiest ones. Can't do it. That is their inception, I believe. Charge characters were made to be like, oh, these guys are easier. You don't have to do inputs. You have to just hold back and then forward.
That's really funny to say that, because I have like historically been awful with charge characters. Because I love Bison in Street Fighter, but like I've never been good as Bison in Street Fighter.
How do I do Psycho Crusher? Yeah, because you got to get the timing down right. You have to count.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I don't want to count.
Look, I admit I suck with them. Like I was never a good Bison.
Oh yeah,
Bison. Like,
I am so bad with charge characters in fighting games. I hate them.
And you would think it would be like the grapplers that have to do full circles. No.
Which now we teach.
I'm a charge character.
We teach.
I'm Iron Man.
Where I also like struggle with that too as Potem, but I'm a little better with Potem. I've gotten the hang of him at least.
Potem's a lot easier in Strive, I think.
Yeah,
than,
I think so.
Lucas,
You're probably right, because Strive is a lot easier.
Honestly, Lucas, I think you would like Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising.
No, I would. I know. I think literally on the pod, I've said before. There's a character I think is fucking awesome. I forget his name though. He has like a big axe. He's a big guy. He has like a hood. I think.
Vasaraga.
Yes, I can't say his name. That's how I know it.
Oh, okay, that's a Vasaraga.
He's sick as fuck.
Me knowing every single Grand Blue character because I played the gacha game.
Hell yeah.
I played the gacha for a little bit too. And one of the characters I want that I'll never get is Ipatsu. Ipatsu is a super cool, kind of like old, kind of like middle-aged guy who's an udon chef.
Hell yeah.
The reason I say I want him, but we'll probably never get him, is his voice actor, or Seiyu in Japanese, is Cell's VA, and that's a lot of money.
Oh.
They probably can do it, but you just have to find him when he's not doing anything, which is difficult.
Yeah.
But all things considered, that's pretty much what I've been doing and what I've been aiming to do, and that's really about it on my end.
Okay, I'll go next.
I nominate Ant.
Oh, you nominate Ant? Okay, never mind.
Wow.
I know.
I know. I just picked one at
right.
random.
We're doing nominations
Bro, I can't-
now. Okay.
Bro, I cannot believe that you just silenced the gay guy during Pride Month, dude.
Yo,
During Pride Month?
Fuck
my
no.
Really?
My opening bit for this was going to be for the channel. Can we change it, but only where it's Brandon's face in the bottom corner? Because it's Pride Month. and that's it.
No.
Okay, it's only a slight direct reference to the Switcher because their old YouTube channel was Pat and Matt, and then Wooly's actual face just peeking up from the corner.
All right.
Just looking up hey, what's going? That was the original idea. And I'm like, I can't do that. Oh shit.
So,
All right, go ahead.
Bottles, Bottles, you were nominated.
No, I nominate you then, and I'm the boss.
It's true.
But during Pride Month? Really? You gonna go against me during Pride Month? How dare you?
Yo, this is changed. The game has changed. All the cards are in Brandon's hand right now.
My bad.
Guys, buttons pushed.
Oh, he said the name.
Good night, everybody.
That's it. The cartoon's over. Great job.
No, but do you really want me to go first?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So I've actually been playing a couple of different games. I recently started playing Persona 5 Tactica.
Ooh.
Oh, how is that?
I have been enjoying it, honestly. All right, for a person whose favorite game is Final Fantasy Tactics, which I've also been playing a lot recently. It's a little different, but it still basically is the same type of thing. You maneuver your characters. Honestly, I do like the fact that you're more incentivized to use ranged attacks and understanding what type of ranged attacks are better. Like, you have some characters that are very much single target, while other characters are very much AoE. Mm-hmm. So, it's a lot of fun. Again, been playing Final Fantasy Tactics. And another game I've been playing that has basically consumed my life for the past, 5 days is Warhammer 40k Darktide.
Oh, really?
That's not like the third person one that came out recently, right? This is a different one.
Yeah, this is a different one.
Yeah.
The third person one you're talking about is
Space Marine, right?
Space Marine 2.
Space Marine 2, yeah.
Warhammer Darktide basically said, so what if we made Left 4 Dead, but in the freaking Warhammer universe?
Oh, that's cool.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, basically different types of weapons that you can use. We have 4 different classes with a 5th one on the way. You have both your melee and your ranged. You have grenades. One class named the Psyker doesn't have grenades. Instead, they use easiest way to put it is magic powers, but at the cost of their own psyche. Honestly, in the Warhammer universe, everyone hates Psykers.
It's true, they do.
Because I'll put it to you this way. Basically, anything bad that has happened has been a Psyker's fault.
You're not wrong. I have minimal knowledge on Warhammer, and I'm yeah, that's about right. Yeah, I know.
Hey, there's a horde of demons being summoned. Why did that happen? Oh, because a Psyker overdid it and exploded.
My bad.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah, literally. If they overdo it and use their abilities too much, they will overload, explode, and some of those explosions are so strong that they open a rift to hell, which allow demons to go through.
Whoa, Doom. Whoa. Whoa, hey.
Yeah, actually.
That's really cool.
But yeah, the classes are fun. My 2 favorite classes, ironically, is Psyker and the Zealot, who I like to burn everything with that class.
So true.
And as I said, it's basically just like Left 4 Dead. You go ahead, you start a mission, you kill hordes of heretics, as they're called.
Heresy.
Yeah, basically. And each one has a different objective. Like, sometimes you have to guard a place, sometimes you have to go ahead, fix an area, and sometimes you have to kill somebody. Specific. But it's been a lot of fun. I've been playing with a friend group that also got me into the game. So yeah, I would say if you haven't tried it out, try it out.
Their other game is very good too, Vermintide. I like Vermintide a lot.
I have that one too. I know that one's more fantasy based.
Yeah, you kill rats.
Is that the one where the trailer was just like a tidal wave of rats? Or is that a different
Yes.
game? Or is that Plague's Tale?
It could have been Plague's Tale.
That trailer's
But
Both
but
involve
basically,
rats in a weird way.
but basically, Vermintide is just that. Like,
speaks
again,
for
Left
itself.
4 Dead, but Left 4 Dead, but with fantasy and just a bunch of rat people.
Yeah, that's cool.
I hate them.
So I've been playing actually more than usual. Is usually I come on here and I'm just talking about like, oh yeah, I have my stream games, but no, I've been playing a lot of stuff on my downtime.
Oh, trust me, I've been seeing some of the games that you've been playing.
As have I.
Yeah. So first of all, I want to shout out the Headliners because that game was really fun to fucking play. If you don't know what that is, it's essentially like if you remember that game, what's it called? It was like content creation, something like that.
Content warning.
Content warning. Yeah.
Yeah, content warning. That's what it was called. It's like that, but like Cloverfield a little.
Oh, really?
I have heard about this. Yeah, I have heard
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah, it's like you go indoors and you have to take pictures of aliens and shit, and then you go outdoors after a while, and then there's like a giant kaiju outside.
Oh my god.
It's really funny. I had a good time streaming it. I've been playing Doom the Dark Ages. Outside of stream stuff, though, I've been playing At Dead of Night, which is a horror game that is like, the gimmick is that it's like a point-and-click horror game that has like FMVs.
That's cool.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've been playing Mind Scanners, which is a game I recommend if you like stuff like Papers, Please. I've been mostly just trying to like get trophies on my Steam library just cuz. Milk Inside a Bag of Milk Inside a Bag Inside a Bag of Milk is pretty good. It's like a really short like visual novel.
Is the milk inside the bag though?
Yes.
Boo,
Indeed
we don't
it
like
is.
Canada out
Fuck
here.
yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm in it.
But I've been playing Ultimate Custom Night because I found out a new strategy in the game that is broken as hell.
Yeah, I have to try that still because that is still something I would like to do, but I just don't have. That game just cripples me. I'm like so bad at that game. Like
Dude, me too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so much. It's so complicated. But the big one that I've been trying to beat recently, other than At Dead of Night, but this is probably going to be the one that I'm going to go into. I started playing Welcome to the Game.
Never heard of it.
Okay, so Welcome to the Game, the way I'll describe it, is that it's the goal of the game is that you have to navigate your way through the deep web to find a red room. So essentially what the gameplay is that you're going on all of these deep web websites and trying to find secret codes within each website so that you can get the URL to go to the red room. But also along the way, while you're like browsing the deep web or the dark web, whatever, you're being tracked. So there's like a chance that like a kidnapper will like go into your house and like kill you. So you have to like be aware of like sounds around you, and like if you hear a sound, you have to like shut off your lights in your computer and like hide for like a little while.
That's cool. That's cool.
But like it's a cool game. I want to try to beat the first one. I'm not even gonna attempt the second one because the second one from like videos and streams that I've seen are like it's crazy hard.
Okay.
Like there's so much stuff that you have to like keep track of. And it's like so easy to, because like in this game, it's like the only thing you have to worry about is the kidnapper and getting hacked. And that's it. And even then, getting hacked literally just like could erase your notes. And that's like, and like makes it so that time passes. And it's like really annoying. And it also makes it more likely for the kidnapper to find you. But in the second game, you have to like constantly change VPNs. You have to change Wi-Fi's. You have to avoid getting kidnapped, getting arrested, avoid getting murdered by a hitman, avoid like it's so much stuff that you just have to deal with. And it's like so, God, it's interesting, but it's like it seems like way too much.
Yeah, like overcomplicating something that didn't need to be overcomplicated. You're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like it sounds like a game you're better off watching than you are like playing it.
Yeah, exactly. Like maybe one day, like if people want me to stream it, but like I don't know, man. Like that one's rough. But Welcome to the Game 1 has been like, it's like just hard enough, and like I still haven't gotten anywhere near beating the game because I maybe get like 2 codes and then like I die. But it's like it's rough, but it's fun.
Yeah, so it sounds cool.
Yeah. You know what game you might like if you're like talking about going from like room to a room or like doing something and like experiencing something different. You should check out Blueprints. You might like it.
Let me look that up.
It's it's an indie game that's pretty popular right now. It's about you inherit like a mansion from like your uncle, I believe your uncle or your grandpa. And you have to find out like the secrets of the place, and you go room to room, and like
I think I've watched. I didn't watch it, but I think Game Grumps played this recently.
Oh, did they?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah. So you
As
like
part
you
of
set
their
up
like Lovely's series, yeah.
yeah, you have to like solve puzzles in a room, and then like a room can connect to another room, and like it opens up, and it's really cool. Like you can use like the Steam Notes function to like write down what you did and remembered what you did. It's actually really sick, and it's like
That's dope.
really
as
cool
hell.
game. I would say if you're into like what the other ones were before, I would say check it out. I don't know if it's exactly similar, but I mean I could just listen to you. I don't know if it's like exactly like maybe something you would or wouldn't like, but I think it's pretty cool. I think you should try it out. I think you might enjoy it.
It looks cool from like these screenshots, yeah.
Yeah, it's dope. It's very, very popular.
Oh, and
give it a
I
shot.
also want to shout out my latest game obsession. I'm not going to go too far into it. All I'm going to say is, boy howdy, if you haven't played Mouthwashing yet, please
Oh,
please
yeah,
play this
yeah.
game. Even if you're not into horror games, which I know a lot of people aren't, even if you're not into horror games, I still think you should play this game.
I'm not gonna play it, but here's the thing: I don't play horror games, but I will read the lore or watch about the lore and the story. Jesus Christ, Mouthwashing is one of those stories that I would say
It sticks with you,
You
bro.
need to like
As it should.
not even a pun intended here. You need to like drink after reading, like experiencing it, because it's just
You have to
like,
drink some
Yeah.
mouthwash after a play.
Yeah,
not
drink some
that,
mouthwash,
Not
yeah.
that. You don't want to do that.
just
you don't want to do that.
Just
no.
like our good buddy Swansea, bro.
My Swansea, my
Very
beloved.
cool game, though.
It's a very very good game. It came out I think in October, right, of last year.
Yeah, I think so. It was like
Very
pretty recent.
Fucking very.
And
good.
I've
I
literally
love it.
been meaning to play it like since back then, and I finally streamed it, and like I did not regret it.
Very nice.
Very good.
Very nice.
I love it. Love to see it. We all Yimby. Oh Yimby.
Oh, Yimby, you fucking asshole.
He's so good. I love Yimby. I love him. It's so good. I just love.
Who the fuck is
That
typing poopy
character.
on the docket?
Don't worry
I thought
about
that
it.
was you.
Don't worry about it. No one did.
I thought that was you.
You don't have to point it out. You have to look.
You don't gotta point out. Let's get right into the
into it.
news.
so.
A new Nintendo console comes out this week at the time of recording.
That's crazy. Yeah, and by the time this comes out, it'll be already released.
That's what I'm saying.
I think two of us are getting.
Crazy.
I think two of us are getting it
I'm
right
getting it.
away.
I have mine. I actually literally just kind of paid everything off ahead of time, so it was like on Wednesday
Nice.
I
Good
can
for
go
you.
and just go
Nice.
pick it up, so we can just.
Okay, so then that's three people that I know that are going to be.
So I know Steve's getting one. Who's the third?
Yeah, Steve is getting one for definite. Who's the other one?
I thought it was you, Bottles.
I'm gonna try.
Oh, you're gonna try and go for like a like day of.
Yeah, so actually what actually a bunch of us are planning on doing, like Pete, I think our friend Kevin is going to, and I think Marco, but I think Marco has a pre-order. We heard that like the Best Buy near us is like kind of might have like a few extras, so we're just gonna like try.
Yeah.
Like we're fully not expecting us to like actually like get one, but like we'll try.
So weird point. I would also recommend you maybe try and look at, because I feel like people might not think about it, but apparently they might have stock of it, or Staples. I was seeing like Staples stores are like potentially going to have stock of it too. So like maybe check if you have one of those local. I don't know if you do or not, but
yeah, no, there's one like right around the
Yeah,
corner.
it might
From
be
my
Hearing
place,
hearing
actually.
Staples in a game console is really funny.
they
like,
actually
the
started
same
doing that a few
sentence.
years ago. They didn't have a big selection or anything, but it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. As for me, like I actually just like when the big pre-order night happened, I have done online pre-ordering so much to know exactly how this shit plays out. So I was just like, I don't even want to bother with this shit. I'm going to try and go in store the following morning and pre-order. And luckily, I still have a GameStop in town. And I went the night before. It was like I was streaming. After streaming, I was like, why don't I just stop by the store really quick? They usually put like the amount for big stuff like this on the door. And my store had, I think, like 85 or something. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll fucking do this. And literally, I went there like early in the morning at like 8. there were only like 4 people waiting in line. I was like, all right, fuck it. At this point, I'm just gonna wait in line. I got mine secured, so like I'm excited to get mine. The thing is, so the Switch 2. Before we talk too much into it, the Switch 2 for me, I'm gonna be honest with everyone here. I'm excited for it. You know, Mario Kart's gonna be fun. This shit isn't real until Donkey Kong comes out. Just it's
So true.
fully
So
point
true,
blank.
dude.
Mario Kart's gonna be fun, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm in this for Donkey Kong. That's why I did not want to wait on this shit, because I'm so fucking excited for that game. I think that game looks so fucking cool. Like,
Honestly, it's one
yeah,
of the Donkey Kong games I'm looking at. I'm like, I need to make sure I play this game.
I mean,
Like,
I love
not even.
I love me some DK. I already loved like Donkey Kong Country and stuff like that, and like just seeing that trailer was just like, oh, this is fucking. It's not just like, oh, this is new Donkey. This looks fun. Oh, this is fucking cool. Like, I didn't know until the treehouse stuff happened that you can just punch through the stage. You can just do that. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
that's awesome, dude. Like,
It is really cool, and I'm also really looking forward to Donkey Kong Bonanza.
that's like.
I'm
that-
also looking forward to a lot of Kirby Air Riders too.
Yeah, so like that I'm obviously I have a bit of a stipulation with that one, and I think it's everyone here probably knows what I'm gonna say. If you don't have City Trial, I'm more than likely not buying this game. Because
Yeah.
City Trial is a game mode that I'm really not kidding you guys. I still play with friends to this day. It is one of the go-to games in our friend group that we will boot up and play multiple rounds for like multiple hours. It's like, I love that fucking mode. I gotta be real with you guys. I really never played any of the other modes. Like I
That's fair. But that's the thing, though, right? Is like I said it in the review, and I always say it whenever it comes up in conversation. It's like you play Kirby Air Ride for City Trial.
Yeah,
You don't play it for the actual like Air Ride.
Because, like, I'll be real with you, I don't think the Air Ride mode feels great, and I hope Air Riders improves upon it and makes it feel more like a tighter racer rather than, like, what it
Well,
initially was.
my problem with Air Ride and, like, how the races are is that, like, so many of the karts, like, they had such a weird philosophy when it came with, like, how the other stars functioned, is that, like, every single star had a thing of, like, there's a huge detriment for like a little reward.
Yeah.
Where it's like you have like the giant like ice cream truck looking
Hell
one.
yeah, the wagon.
Where it's like the wagon where it's like it's really fast, but fuck turning, you know? Or you have like the turbo one where it's like, okay, it has like a really good boost speed, but it's really slow like otherwise, and you have to basically stop completely for you to get a good boost.
Which is another thing that I think City Trial enhances upon due to the power-up system in that game, where you can just...
Yeah.
Oh, you know, my go-tos are the Dark Star and the Wing Star. Those are my go-tos. Those are my favorite ones. And I know it's like if I get Wing
Yeah.
Star, it's like, oh, okay, so flight for the most part I'm pretty good. I shouldn't have to worry too much about that unless we get notified, hey, you might be gliding in this mini game you're going to be playing. It's just why I love. I think that mode is so fun. And I just think about now in modern Kirby world, all of the cool like things that could happen
Like
in
the
City
events?
Trial.
Yeah.
Like, what if it's like alarm goes off, bam, 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 Galactonite spawns on the stage. And
Yeah,
it's just going after
dude,
everyone.
legitimately.
Like that would be awesome. Like,
Yeah, and it's like there's so much more to Kirby now than when Air Ride came
Yeah.
out. Like, when Air Ride came out, like the biggest thing that they were able to do was like, here's Dynabird or Dynablade,
yeah, because I think it was just
Like-
64 was really the last one before
the late.
that?
Yeah, I think so.
Unless I mean,
could-
does Nightmare in Dreamland count? Because that was just a remake of.
Well, I mean that's just Kirby's Adventure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
like this is a remake of Kirby's Adventure. I don't really know if that even came out before or after it, to be honest with you.
I will confirm. Hold on.
But yeah,
Let me pull up the retrospective.
I'll do it.
Air Riders. I'm obviously, because that was just a surprise. Like I
Yeah.
could not have anticipated that, and I'm excited for it. But it's like it really does hinge on City Trial for me. But also, I want to point out something very important. Everyone needs to understand listening. You know, because there was the Switch 2 Direct and everything, and I want to talk about the console for a little bit too in a second. But as excited as I was for Donkey Kong and then Air Riders and stuff like that, something happened before that derailed me so fucking bad in focus that it was just like these were happening like oh new Donkey Kong, oh Kirby Air Riders, that's great. The actual primordial noise I made when that fucking Toby Fox costume showed up on screen on a black background
yeah.
and confirmed Deltarune chapters 3 and 4, I couldn't focus for a little bit, dogs. Like,
That was crazy.
I
Did you black out?
basically, yes.
That's awesome.
Like it was like
That's awesome.
I was like in like fanning myself like what like how can I focus on this? How can I even focus on anything else now?
You're the Bochi the Rock.
I had
You're
that
the Bochi
moment.
the Rock picture.
Yeah.
I had that moment, right, where I like saw the dog costume. I'm like, a dog costume? What game is this? And then and I was like, wait, that's Toby.
I knew it immediately, Bottles. Like I didn't even need anything else. When that happened, I was like, I had it, or like a gasp at. I was at work also. Like I was just at my desk at work, which
Oh my
mind you,
God.
where I work is I'm basically by myself now, but that's a whole other can of worms. But like, I like audibly gasped. It was like wild, dude.
That reminds me when that old, not old, but like one of the old directs from like the last 2 years ago, where I'm working on a car, right? And I'm looking at the screen, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be Mario Strikers 3 or some shit. And I turn around, and it's Mario Strikers 3, and I'm like,
It's a shame that game wasn't that good.
they gave it ass, right? I'm pissed.
that game was
I'm
not
pissed. Well, back to Mario Baseball and Mario Strikers Charged, I guess.
But of like other things to note that I remember, besides like obviously a lot of third-party support for Switch 2 and all that. I mean, like this isn't really my thing, but I feel like I'm obligated to mention it. That how there's kind of sort of Bloodborne 2, but not really coming to Switch 2.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
I saw that.
It's totally not Blood Before Born 2
Yeah,
or whatever I was
what-
calling
I
it.
forget
Two
what-
Blood, Two
I forget what
Born.
it was. It called
Two
Dusk
Blood,
Bowl or
Two
something.
Born.
Like I don't.
It's the Blood Brothers. No, it's I forget the name already.
I don't think it's. I don't think it's called the Blood Brothers. It's like
not
Dusk.
the Dust Bloods. The
Dust
Dust
Bloods.
Bloods. That's what it
You and I
is.
both had a word. We had to just do a fusion dance.
Yeah.
But let's like. I kind of want to just talk about the console for a little bit because like so obviously, the one thing with this Direct 2 was, and this is where I'm talking. Like I'm saying like all these things about it, all these kind of things about positive things about the games and stuff. I'm gonna be real with you guys. That was a fucking terrible showing of your new console. Like
Yes.
straight up.
I agree.
How?
Oh yeah.
Why the fuck would you do it like this? This is so fucking weird to me that like, one, I gotta be honest with you guys here. Are any of us really gonna use the Switch Discord? Is anyone really gonna
I'm
use
just
it?
going to use this. I'm just going to use Discord.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like the only thing I'm like tempted to use is like the Nintendo camera
even then, I'm just like,
that
I don't.
they showed,
I don't.
and even then I'm like, okay, whatever.
I'm not.
Dude, that shit looks so ass though.
Like my thing
It
is my
does.
thing with that is that like, wait, so like everyone absolutely would destroyed the Kinect for valid reason, but now that it's like Nintendo's doing a webcam that like you can put yourself in Mario Party Jamboree, I guess that's okay. Like what?
They're also like pretending. They're pretending that this is the first time they did this.
No, yeah, it's been done before. And also, my thing is that did you see the freaking first of all the resolution and the
No.
FPS
It's not good.
for the
Yeah.
freaking?
It's fucking iToy ass.
Even the
It's
toy was a little better.
Like when they showed how them sharing them playing the game. First of all, why?
Yeah, did we not learn from E3 that everyone hates this? Like,
I'm barely gonna be paying attention to the game that you're playing. I'm gonna be playing my freaking game.
Dude, it reminds me of when what is it, when they're like, hey, can we get like voice chat in like Splatoon 2? And they're like, hey, anyway, here's this phone app.
you have
I'm
to
like,
go
"What?"
through the app to do your in-game voice chat.
No, yeah, it's
Please
the
look at the
phone app,
Wii U
but
gamepad to continue the game.
Yeah.
it's the phone app. But I feel like it's worse because I'm just like, what? Again, like not even. I don't know what that FPS was.
It's just like to me it's just a point of just like I gotta be honest here, even like from like ignoring us, you know, we play games all the fucking time. We were like, I guess we could say we're like a hardcore crowd of we're playing games all the
Yeah,
time and shit like that.
we're hardcore.
Even if you want to
gamers.
do it like, okay, this is made for just like people who don't really use something like Discord, and you know, but like, is anyone really gonna use this shit? Like, I don't know. To me, this is just a case of like, why on earth would I even like bother? Like,
No, yeah, I feel the exact same way.
it's just like whack to me. It's just really whack to me. Now, I will say, despite dunking, so like the performance and everything and all that shit, I think is fine. It's kind of what I want. Like for the Switch 2, what I wanted was literally just the Switch 2 in the sense that this shit just needs to be stronger. I know it's still technically. I know people have made the comparisons that I think it is technically underpowered compared to the Steam Deck. I think, which is
That's wild.
a very valid thing to call out for the record. I don't want to say, but I think so long as it's a case if shit runs well, and like it doesn't look like ass, which for the most part everything has seemed fine. I think is fine myself.
I want Nintendo to grow past the thing where it's like, especially now that they're charging like big boy console like prices for the Switch 2.
And we'll get into that, obviously. We'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into the pricing issues and thoughts about that. But like now that they're charging big boy console like prices for it, like it's the same price as a PS5 at this point.
Yeah.
I don't want there to be like the reputation or the expectation where it's like, oh, well, like, for example, of what actually happened on regular Switch, it was like, oh, well, you got Mortal Kombat 1 on Switch? Of course you got, like, the bad version.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't want it to be like, oh, you got the Switch 2 version? Well, why would you get that one when you can get the PlayStation 1 and it's going to be much better, like, guaranteed?
Yeah, it's obviously, I think, like, performance is always going to be a preference for people, but I think they're also like, and I think that's okay, but I also do think there is a bit of expectation here with just like, okay, if you're going to, well, in general, there's an overall just like quality that a released product should be that I think anyone can universally agree with for the most part, but like, if you're gonna increase all this shit, I'm hoping that it stays consistent throughout its lifespan and it doesn't devolve into what happens a lot of the time with Nintendo consoles. And I have noticed this shit since the Wii U. And it was probably even the Wii too, where it's like only Nintendo knows how to use their hardware to optimize it to maximum.
Oh yeah, even
Like-
even when it comes to like Pokemon, like you could tell,
yeah,
like
it's-
they had no idea what the hell they were doing. It felt like they didn't have like the time to actually test it on the actual system.
Yeah.
And every single time it's like, well, the third-party games aren't running well, but Tears of the Kingdom is running fine.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
I think I have a little hope though, just because like one of the big games they're showing off that's a launch game too is Cyberpunk with the DLC. That's a pretty big thing to tout, and I'm not sure if it's again. I could be eating my own words the following podcast, and it could be like one of the worst ports of that game ever. But like that's a pretty cool thing to like help build a little faith, you know. But again, there's still a bit of a if I'm gonna play this, I might just play this on like my PS5 or something. I don't know, like
I could tell you straight away. I mean, I'm not getting it.
Yeah,
I'm not probably gonna get it for a while, and I probably just won't get it in general because I could kind of care less. Like I have a Switch you know, when it came out. Yeah. I barely used the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like I barely use it. I mean, this is also coming from the guy. Like I still got my PS4 hooked up. I haven't picked up a PS5 and it's been 5 years. Not because it doesn't have games. Well, yes and no. But I just don't feel like spending $500.
Phil, it's also just a matter of like everyone has different kind of preferences and tastes for this kind of stuff. It's
exactly.
like you don't have to, like people kind of forget, like you don't have to go out and get it day one. My decision was just on the fact that like, look, I want to play Donkey Kong when it comes out.
That's fair.
I'm willing to like do that. Like it's like I totally get it. Someone could look me nice and be like, I'm not getting it for this, that. I'm like, I fucking get it, dude.
Yeah,
Look,
I don't know if I agree with. I don't know if I agree with people calling it like the Wii U 2. I don't know if that's a fair thing
I don't
to
think
say.
that's fair.
Well, the game, I don't think that's fair at all.
I don't think
exactly.
Fuck, I lost my point. Bottles, you were saying something.
Shit.
You were saying something.
I was gonna say, like when it comes to like getting it day one, I was like, me going on the midnight release with like Pete and Kevin, I literally would not have done that if I just like wasn't invited to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Pete was like, oh hey, do you want to like try to get like the Switch to a Best Buy like on Wednesday? And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll go, because I'm like, I was fully prepared to be like, listen, I'm not going to a midnight release to like hopefully get a console that I'm probably not gonna get, and like wait there for hours like by myself. Like I was like, no, that doesn't sound very fun. Or like fight with people to like get in line or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm like, now that it's a thing where it's like, oh, I'm just kind of like going to like chill with friends, and if I get one, I get one. I don't. At least I hung out with people. Like now it's a bit more like a good time. You know what I mean?
Also, like I would also feel like that was always kind of there with midnight releases, which is what's exciting about this is that like for me, I haven't done a midnight release in like fucking years now, so it's like that's gonna be exciting. Mind you, I was talking to the guy at my place. It was like there's a thing out there saying, oh, we're gonna have like a 9 p.m. like show. You can come in your costume as your favorite Nintendo character. Like I don't think I'm doing that. I'm gonna come for the console, but like it's not just that that overall excitement and all. But like what I was saying, I just remember now was because Phil, like I totally get where you're coming from. Because look, at the end of the day, video gaming is a luxury, and I think people kind of forget that a lot of the time. It's
for definite.
No one is entitled to get a Switch 2. It is very much a case of like look, if you can't get one right now, you can't get one right now. It's
I mean, especially like right on release, like there have been a lot of times where people like even with the Wii, just and
even just
didn't get the Wii right away. They took their time, but guess what? We had the time to get it. The price went down a little bit, and then
and also like it's like where things are different now. Even like the Wii is a good comparison, but also like things are different now in the sense of like the risk of buying something at launch, because you got to remember when you're buying a new piece of hardware at launch, there's always a risk of it being a bad launch. Something like when the 360 came out, while that was an awesome console, you got to remember the Red Ring of Death. Like that was not just
that was notorious.
That wasn't like a one and done thing. That was a like sweeping issue with the console as a whole.
Yeah.
So it's like I totally get people wanting to wait on it. The thing is, what sucks too is like I do think a lot of it comes from like people who are buying it for the sake of buying it because of like I'm trying to phrase it. I don't want to say like kind of hype culture, but more so just
exactly
like
what it is
for like cloud and shit.
Yeah,
what
that's
it is
exactly
is that
what it
people want, and this is something that's happened for even when it came to some of the newer stuff, like people are saying, oh, this is too expensive, blah, blah, blah. And I understand people when it comes to like expenses, especially nowadays, but you do not have to always get the game right when it comes out.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be there for the longest time, unless it's like an online game or something like that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. We're not going to get into that. Yeah. But we have it to the point where you don't need to get it like day one. No. And I bet you... And people, and there are probably a lot of, I know there's not probably a lot of people listening to this, but I bet you that a bunch of you have a backlog that's as large as the fucking, fucking laundry bag that you need to go wash your clothes in right now.
Hey, you don't got to say it out loud, but you're right.
I know I'm right because I'm also a person who has a gigantic backlog to go back and play these games. Like I said, I'll come back to it later because I get distracted by another game. Yeah. But guess what? I don't just buy the new game. Hell, as I said, I'm just recently playing Persona 5 Tactica. That game came out 2 years ago. Yeah. I said I was going to get it. I did not get it until 2 years later.
Yeah. And also with Nintendo, obviously with Nintendo too, everyone knows this, where it's like, you can wait on it because, man, these shits ain't going to drop in price. And if they're going to drop in price, it's going to be like, true. What, $5 at most? Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's
oh my God, a $5 off sale during Christmas time?
Yeah,
Shit.
Yeah. And it's like, and also for me too, it's like, in the same vein of Brandon, I agree with you completely because, like, as of late for me, it's like, games I really want, I will get day one. But, like, I have very much waited on games. I'm just like, I don't need to get this right now. And it's just like, when I finally pick it up, I'm like, oh, cool, I'm having fun with this. Like, this is great.
I've even waited on Nintendo games. Yeah. Like, I didn't get Luigi's Mansion 3 until, like, a year after it came out.
I still don't have Luigi's Mansion 3, but I'll eventually get it. Like, because that's a good game.
What is the last game that I got Luigi's on Mansion? Day one? What? Oh, my God. What the hell was it? I can't even remember because I don't get Nintendo games right away. It's like, oh, sweet, I'll get that when I have the money and when I have the time.
Yeah, or interest too. It even could just be interest too, where it's just like
that's exactly.
It. Because like I remember what was it? Was it Princess Peach Showtime? Like dog, that game looks like fun. I'm sure it's a fun enough game. I had no interest in that shit. Like it's just like
as someone who streamed it a couple times because I was like, oh, I'll play the new Mario game, whatever. You know, Nintendo is a big thing on the channel. Let me tell you that game It sure is a game.
Yeah. It's fine. Like it's a fine
It's
enough
a
game, but it's
video
just like
game.
I look at it, I'm like this isn't for me. Like it's like I'm not gonna really like this. But
It is the game of all time.
But I think we should also now acknowledge the elephant in the room. We already kind of have, whereas the whole price debate with Switch 2, because what I want to talk about specifically, because I don't know how you guys felt about it, was I actually kind of had no qualms with the console price itself. That's kind of like around where I was expecting it to be.
Oh no, I had no problem
Yeah.
with the console price. A lot of people were freaking out about the console price.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's where I was
dude,
confused. Where I'm like, this is kind of what I thought it was going to be.
like I get it. Like y'all are shocked because Nintendo consoles usually don't cost that much. But again, at this point, we have like $500, what is it? PS5s,
Yeah.
and those are the ones that don't allow you to get the physical copies.
Yeah.
yeah.
But here's
If you want the disc drive, it's $600.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that for the Pro. Oh my god.
And that's the same thing with Xbox.
Yeah. Well, what the fuck is Xbox even doing now? Like.
We're,
Here's a thought about what Xbox is doing now. Who cares?
Yeah.
Damn.
But so obviously, I think we're all kind of universal about the console price and all that. What I want to talk about is the game price, because that's, I think, the most important thing to talk about. Because, look, I have accepted $70 for a game. It unfortunately is what it is thing to me. Where it's like, yeah, it sucks, but it's like, games are getting more expensive to make. The $10 buff is fine, to me at least. And to people, if it's not, I get it 100%. However,
Mario Kart being $80.
look, yeah, I want to talk about that because it's not even the matter because it's Mario Kart. My issue from all of this for the Switch 2 specifically stems from the fact, and I know there's a reason people are going to say, but I really don't necessarily agree with it. Why wasn't any of these prices shown in the actual presentation itself? Why did you leave?
Oh, I think we know why.
Why did we leave people to go find that out on their own on their website?
And because of that,
Because it's a bad look.
It started a lot of misinformation. Like the whole
Yeah.
entire thing was, we thought that literally physical and digital were going to be different prices. Physical was going to be $90.
Yeah.
The games for digital were going to be $80. Then we had that fixed, but then it's like, oh well, now you have it where all games are $80. No, it's that Mario Kart for some reason is $80. But then everything else is like $70
Yeah,
or
Donkey
lower.
Kong 70. Donkey Kong is 70, but Mario Kart is 80.
Donkey
And
Kong is 70. I think Bravely Default, the remaster, which I want to get when I do get a Switch 2, is also, I think, maybe even less than that. How much is that?
I'm not sure.
Go ahead while I look that up.
But Bottles, what were you saying?
So what I wanted to say, like, if we're gonna talk about like hard facts about stuff about like the pricing where that people are like bringing up, is that a lot of people that are like not, because I'm like on the fence, right, as I am on most things, where it's like I don't like that it's $80, but I'm like starting to come to peace with the fact that some of the games are going to be, mostly just because like that's. Like, I don't know, kind of to be expected. Didn't think it was going to be this soon, but, you know.
I have something to say
here we
this,
are.
but finish your point.
But, you know, people that are, like, saying, like, oh, these people that are complaining about the Switch game prices, like, are being little babies, bring up the fact that, like, during, like, the Nintendo 64 days, like, games were $80 back then, or, like, adjusted for inflation or what have you.
I hate those people.
But, yeah, but the reason why that argument is bullshit is because, okay, so adjusted for inflation, games were sure $80 back then, or the value of $80 back then. But the problem comes in when it comes into, and not to get into economics, but the problem comes in is that people had more money back then.
Yeah.
People don't have as much money. Like, the money distribution between people across even just America is just was much more even back then than it is now.
Nah, Bottles, let me go into economics for a second, because we're going to talk about this shit, because it's literally what this is as a whole. People try to go ahead and bring it up like, oh, well, games back then were like $80 or $120. Guess what? You know what the thing is? We had more money to spend because everything didn't go up in price as much.
It was a completely different world.
Like,
It
literally,
really was.
y'all go ahead and talk about, oh, well, for inflation, it was it would be games back then would now be $80. Guess what? At that time, groceries didn't cost me $200.
Yeah.
So
At
true.
that time, an apartment, a 1-bedroom apartment with a bathroom, or actually, no, we're not even going to go there. A studio apartment wasn't almost $2,000
Yeah.
Yeah, like a month.
per month. People weren't missing as many meals or anything that they really needed in order to get through the day, just so that way they can pay their monthly rent.
Or
Yeah, two jobs wasn't a necessity per household. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you said what I was about to say there, where it's just like people also weren't having to work multiple jobs just to get food, pay for your living space.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
and this is where it goes back to where it's like I was saying, where gaming is a luxury, where it's like, it's the reason why the price increase hurts so much is that the world is so different from when it was.
It's literally just the timing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
The
like
timing-
this was not the time for what. All right, so this was not the time to raise the price of the games. It really just was not, and the fact that you did so, I would say, and not expect people, but like clearly they did expect people to get upset about it because they hit it, you know.
yeah.
But also the problem is the reason why they decided to make Mario Kart $80 or, you know, whatever Switch 2 game they want to make $80. You know, when they were questioned about it, or at least when Doug Bowser was questioned about it, I guess we'll get into this. Doug Bowser essentially said that it wasn't because of, you know, the tariffs that are happening. It wasn't because of like economic changes. It was solely because they were like, this is what we feel this game is worth. And I think that is garbage.
Can I add on to that, Bottles?
Yeah.
Because what I was going to say before of the idea of variable pricing, and with the Switch 2 specifically, I think it's really, really weird that people are like freaking out about that when I'm almost 90% sure these people were also played like a damn fiddle with the Switch era with Tears of the Kingdom. Does everyone forget that Tears of the Kingdom
Yeah.
was a $70 game, and they said for the exact same reason as that?
Yes,
Like-
that's exactly what happened. And you know what?
Yeah.
You know what people did? They bought that
Yeah.
and literally and now I'm seeing for some reason out of nowhere I'm seeing like a bunch of videos on my feed of how Tears of the Kingdom was a waste of $70.
Well, I mean, that's a whole other debate that I don't think we need to go into right now. But it's like, I think to me, it was like, that was like the testing ground, and the fact that they were able to do it, and Nintendo was already going to be able to do it because they have such a pull. I honestly thought, other point I'll bring up is, I honestly thought, because if this was going to happen, really, I thought this was going to be with Rockstar and GTA 6.
Yes.
So to get out of this happened out of fucking nowhere. Nintendo was the one that shipped it. Nintendo's always been kind of scummy. Let's be honest with ourselves here. I like the company, but they have always done their fucking shit. We all know that. We've talked about it multiple times. But
Yeah.
like, I was not expecting them to be the ones to try and like push the whole variable pricing thing out of nowhere. When I should have, truthfully. But like, so that was like a rug pull that I think affected that as well too, for me at least.
Well, because it's also like, you know, they want to talk about the fact that they're saying that it's because like that's what they value the game, right? And it's like when it came to Tears of the Kingdom, I was a bit more forgiving because they were like, oh, it's like a really big game, and it's like, yeah, it's like 3 times the size of Breath of the Wild. So I'm like, okay, I can buy into the thing of like, okay, I would be willing to spend $10 more on a game that's 3 times the size, right?
Yeah, I got that.
Which is fine, but you can't tell me that in any world, you're going to tell me that Mario Kart World has more content than fucking Tears of the Kingdom?
Well, it has
you
world-
can't
it has
tell me
world
that
in
because
it,
there's
so-
just plain there is no shot that's true.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so then what is your metric for valuing a game then? Because you're not making that clear. And is it just like, well, we think it's a good game? Well, it's like, well, you don't get to choose what makes a good game because you could put out the biggest stinker and think it's good.
Every company is going to think their game is a good game. That's what you're supposed to think. But guess who decides if it's actually a good game or not? We do. We decide if it's worth our time and money or not.
Yeah. And I think because a lot of people are scared that this is like setting a precedent for like a lot of game companies, especially now that they're pushing the argument of like, oh, well, this is what we value the game. And then now other video game companies might go into the thing of saying like, oh, well, I don't want it to seem like my game is less value. So I'm going to make my game $80 so that people think it's better.
I mean, technically
Right?
they already are, because Microsoft already announced that games are now going to start being $80 for their console, and then even Sony is looking at it like, we may be looking at increasing our prices to $80, all because Nintendo decided to do it. By the way, people will say like, oh well, they were probably thinking of it as a whole already. That may be, but at the same time, Nintendo just gave them the green light.
No, it was literally like
Yeah.
the smoking gun, where it was just like they fired off, and now it's like everyone. It was a landslide. You can't hide it. It was after the Switch 2 got revealed and all the price stuff was coming out. Multiple news stories of like, oh, Xbox prices are increasing, PS5 console prices are increasing. It's like it's very
Yeah.
obvious, and it's just like, look, I'm not like the smartest fella. I'm really not. But I feel like anyone can see that there's a very clear correlation to when these got announced for Xbox and PlayStation, and the fact that this is only a few days after the Switch 2 pricing was kind of a conversation topic. And the thing with Mario Kart too is like, if their reasoning is that like, oh, they just think this game is so good, to me is also a case where it's like, I want to, as just a creative, any person, hear me out here, I want to believe you, but also this is Mario Kart. This is the game that
Yeah.
sold gangbusters on your previous console, and that wasn't even a new game.
That was what I was thinking. Like, you literally repackaged freaking Mario Kart 8, put it on the Switch, and then it sold just as much, if not more. No,
Yeah,
it sold
it sold
more
more. It
than
sold
on your previous console, and then you added DLC, and basically everyone bought that DLC.
Like it's a great game. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like, to me, it's a case of just like, I feel like it would make more sense. Like, I mean, it makes sense because people are going to buy Mario Kart. One, it's the launch title. Two, it's fucking Mario Kart. This game will sell its entire lifespan, as Mario Kart 8 showed that. Unless this game does something so retroactively bad that it's like heavily criticized for it, and even then, it's Mario Kart. This game is going to sell because it's fucking Mario Kart. It is
The major thing that I've seen people say is the problem is that the characters are just not all that.
I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. The millisecond they showed that fucking cow, I could care about who else was in the fucking game.
No, I get. No, everyone
you're right, you're
loves
right.
the cow.
You have a good
but
point.
then,
You have a
like,
good
you
point.
have like such random enemies that you would just never see.
I'm actually.
By the way, they're now a character
I'm
that
not
can drive.
actually fully against that, to be honest with you. But like, I get where you're coming from 100%. It's also like a lot of the slots now. They're like, oh, there's like 100 characters, and oh, some of them are just costumes because they're treated as different characters.
Yeah, it's like that's not a character.
You-
That's
Like,
another thing.
Your
that's
last,
an overinflation.
your last game literally had menus. When you select Yoshi, you could pick what color Yoshi you want to be.
And Shy Guy.
Yeah, and Shy Guy too. Yeah, I was just like, why?
Yeah.
And Link, you could pick Tears of the Kingdom Link or fucking regular ass Link. Like in Villager, there were like 4 different villagers or some shit. So it's just like, do you really have 100
Oh,
characters?
and Inkling.
And Inkling, yeah, Inkling boy and girl. I'm like, do you really have 100 characters? Like it's.
Or do you just have like
Are
the
they really yours?
bunch of characters that you added plus like 50 different costumes that should just be a menu select?
Yeah.
Which again,
Yeah.
when we first saw it, I was like, oh my god, they're in different costumes. That means we get a menu select to change the costumes. No, that's just a new character.
Yeah, I am like, as I want to just make it clear, because like I am like looking forward to playing Mario Kart. Like I am really looking forward to it, but it really is kind of a conversation topic here, where it's just like, yeah, this is a lot. This is a lot for like a game that is just universally what everyone knows what it is. I guess that might not be the best phrasing, but you all know what I'm trying to say here. Where it's just like
You kind of know what to expect with a Mario Kart game. You know
yeah,
what I
and
mean?
it's like also like now the personal taste thing of it, where it's just like they were showing like, oh, these returning stages from other Mario Karts, and I'm like, they don't look like those stages though. They look like weird like industrialized versions of it, amalgamations
Yeah.
of it. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that myself. I don't know how I feel about that. But it is what the current scenario is. There's not really anything we can do about it, but I still think it's important to talk about.
If
No,
there is
I
a
think
flip
it's
side to
definitely-
this, though, that I think if we want to shed a little bit of a positive light on this, because a lot of these games are going to be $80 now, and a lot of like on all sides, like both Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, what have you, it is going to be a really good time for indie game developers
hell
to
yeah.
fucking pop
Hell yeah,
off
I agree
right
with you.
now.
I agree with you 100%.
Like, I'm predicting this now. You can quote me on this when I'm right, or you can lambast me in the comments if I'm wrong. Either way, engagement. Hello. Listen, I think we're gonna see another indie game boom like we did back in 2014, where you get a lot of stuff like
2012.
like 2012 to 2014, where you had stuff like Five Nights at Freddy's become mad popular, or like
Undertale was around there.
Undertale is gonna be like I think we're gonna have another indie game boom. Or I think we're gonna have another boom of even Let's Players playing just random fucking horror games and random fucking indie games just like on their channel. I think it's going to happen.
I
Like
hope
if
so.
you're still in the gaming space on YouTube, because I know the gaming space on YouTube is dwindling because of algorithm crap.
Yeah.
But for those who are still doing Let's Plays, and even the legacy tubers like fucking Markiplier and Jacksepticeye and Game Grumps and stuff like that, I really think that, and it's already kind of starting, where we're gonna see more like weird indie stuff, and they're already starting to push it with like these like PlayStation aesthetic horror games.
Yeah, PS1 core.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think it's already starting to happen.
Though even so, like one of the biggest games last year that's still being talked about is Balatro.
Yeah,
And then even now, one of the biggest names that's being talked about this year is Expedition 33.
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, which is like a very very small team of like ex Ubisoft people.
Yeah, I think a few of them are. I know the composer was just a random guy from the internet that they're like, hey.
Yeah, they got him like off like SoundCloud or some shit.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
they got them. They heard their stuff on SoundCloud, said you, but most of the developers are ex Ubisoft employees who said we want to make this game, and then they
Yeah.
made this game.
Yeah.
And it's crazy what they were able to accomplish with just such a little team. And it's like people are talking like this game is going to be game of the year.
Yeah, and like
Also, 5 years. That's how long it took.
oh, that's cool.
5 years. Meanwhile, we have AAA developers taking like 10 plus years and coming out with games that are way worse.
Yeah, like I mean, like even like me, I had no knowledge of this game at all. It was never on my radar. Even now, I'm like kind of going back and forth. Like, should I play this? Like, this actually seems kind of cool. Like, I don't know.
Me and Pete and I are already planning to stream it
I
because
figured, yeah.
it's another one of those situations, kind of like how FF16 was, where Pete played the game in its entirety, and he's like, I need to show you this game.
Yeah.
I need to be there for those streams, honestly.
Hell yeah, brother.
Because this is a game that I will honestly say has exploded bigger than I thought it would, especially for a turn-based game. This is, again, turn-based games don't get a lot of, like, goodwill, because everyone thinks, like, turn-based equals bad, or, like, it's obsolete.
Depression. I hate it. I hate that. I hate that so much.
It's really bad.
But again, once again, a game comes out that's turn-based, like Metaphor v Fantasio, like Persona 5, like Baldur's Gate, showing, hey, turn-based games are great. Y'all just suck.
Yeah, you guys just aren't patient and don't know how to like strategically plan out like encounters and shit. Like I don't know what to tell you there.
True.
But
Y'all wanna spam
true,
invincibility frames so badly that you can't deal with taking damage.
instead you want your turn-based series to become a 3D open world action RPG where you can just walk around and attack. So when they go out, all right, that's what you want now.
Yeah.
Okay. What have you
What
watched?
is it? I saw a comic that someone made. That was basically, oh man, turn-based video game, and then they go, yay, Pokemon, and I'm like, what? What?
Yeah,
What?
it's so true.
I
though.
said no such thing.
What?
I said no such thing.
No, I was
No,
like,
I've encountered so many people that are like, I hate turn-based RPGs, but I love Pokemon. And it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what's the difference? It's the same thing.
I'm like, Pokemon's not even
it
that
blew my
deep.
mind. I'm like, you're the reason why we get articles that are like, turn-based RPG?
Don't worry. That series probably ain't gonna be turn-based RPG for much longer.
No, I think
you're right,
it still is. I think it's gonna stay turn-based RPG for the main games, Because if you get rid of the turn base, the VGC, which is one of their biggest things, is gone.
I mean, Pokemon Champions exist now, so what if that just becomes the future of that? That's my one little.
I mean, that would still be turn based, and you would still have to train your Pokemon with the items and the abilities and everything.
Yeah, I mean,
so,
I hope so, because it would be really. I think myself, it would be a real shame if that franchise really just doubled down on what Arceus is, the Legends games are becoming, and just that's the future of that series now. I think that would be really upsetting myself.
No, it becomes like an action RPG.
Yeah, I mean, it already is, and I don't think it works, but doesn't matter. I'm not playing it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Legitimately.
But like, so I think we've kind of said a lot about Switch 2. There was one more thing I did want to bring up, just because this is interesting. This was like kind of the big thing to me, one of the big things to me. Because I didn't think this would actually be part of the Switch 2. Were we all kind of finished about the price stuff too? I didn't want to just cut it.
Yeah, we're done with it.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty good.
Because I didn't actually think this was going to be this. The mouse control feature for Switch 2.
That was actually something that I was surprised about.
That was really cool.
I'm interested. I did not think that was actually going to be that, and it was. And I'm like, oh. And I think it's like they showed us like, oh, Metroid Prime 4 is going to have that. I'm like, whoa.
Metroid Prime 4. I think
cool.
There's going to be something in what is it, Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4 where they actually use it.
And also like, now think about like, there's obviously going to be like another Splatoon or something. Like there'll probably be another Splatoon like that.
They have to do another Splatoon.
That with it, like there's some cool potential with that, with just having inert mouse features in this console that I think a lot of people didn't bring up, and I'm like, I think that's really cool. I think that's
now
really
we just
cool
have to wonder how responsive it is.
That's
it's all fun in games until they release the Nintendo branded Switch 2 mouse controller.
The worst part
it's
is
all fun and games where they're like,
the worst part is that you're not.
The worst part
is
is
$60.
You have a point. It's the worst part.
Yeah, right. Dude, I'm calling it. You could call me out down below. And then the next like half a year, like next 6 months, where they're like, get ready to pre-order the Splatoon 5. I don't know if there's 5.
It's 4.
Games.
It would be 4.
It's Splatoon 4. Mouse and keyboard.
Time out. Splatoon 5 is so intense it skips over 4.
Holy shit! It's Leisure Suit Larry all over again.
No.
Since we're talking about companies and how bad they've been, can we skip over a couple of things? A couple of things on the docket and go straight to the one that kind of made a lot of people angry.
Is it the one I put on? Is it the one I put on that's at the bottom?
Yes. The if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen.
AKA, and I guess we can transition to this now. I actually was going to say the same thing if we could push this one up, because I feel like it's fitting to talk about this.
I thought it was perfect, and I'm just like, we need to.
So this is actually one I put on, which is, it's very like, I don't put on stuff as often, but how I specifically wrote this is quotations. If you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. AKA, I wish Randy Pitchford wasn't the CEO of Borderlands.
The Gearbox. He did at least he did do the PR thing where he was like, well, actually,
no, we're gonna get into this. All right, so I want to just highlight a bit of events leading up to this. First and foremost, I want to talk about Randy for a second here. I love Borderlands. I'm a big fan of Borderlands. I've talked about it on the podcast before. It's like Borderlands is like my shooter game. That's like my shoot bang game, like my Normie game. I love that game. I love all of them. I love playing them. I just have a good time. I get the dopamine hit with them. The humor is hit or miss for me. The stories can be hit or miss for me post 2. I really do like the games though, gameplay wise. I feel like regardless of how you feel about like its tone, the gameplay itself has done nothing but improve with the main console installment. Like, well, not console, installments in general. But fucking Randy, man, is just so annoying to be the spokesperson of this franchise, basically, and Gearbox in general. Because I want to just, before we go into the main topic, I want to just bring up 2 things that happened with him in the past. 2018 Medieval Times USB drive controversy.
No.
I remember when this happened.
She's a wizard.
I remember when this happened.
I'm gonna read this. Can I read it verbatim really quick?
Sure. Yeah, you could read it.
Yeah.
In 2018, former Gearbox lawyer Wade filed a lawsuit against Pitchford, alleged that Pitchford had left a USB drive containing sensitive Gearbox information and I don't know how true is this, and I'm not going to humor this, quote unquote CP at a medieval times in 2014. Yeah, I'm not going to humor this. Pitchford claimed that the pornographic film on the USB was not CP, and stated that he had saved the pornography for the purpose of studying a sexual act performed by a female actress that he claimed to be similar to a magic trick.
She's a wizard.
So that aspect I actually did not realize.
She's a wizard, Harry.
Oh man.
So that happened in 2018.
Blizzard.
Listen, I just wanted to make Dark Magician Goyle.
In 2019, there was the thing between him and David Eddings, who was the voice actor for Claptrap, where he accused Pitchford of physically shoving Eddings after mentioning to Pitchford that he had been told someone was attempting to buy Gearbox, as well as mentioning the calendar lawsuit. And Eddings was let go shortly after the event, which he states that why he did not voice Claptrap in Borderlands 3. Pitchford denied he assaulted Eddings, and Gearbox stated that they took the matter seriously, but made no further comment as it was a personal matter. What the fuck does that mean? like what?
Yeah, like
it wasn't
what are you
personal.
fucking talking about, dude?
But now, I'm just doing this to prelude why this is so fucking annoying. Obviously, like shit like the Medieval Times one is way more serious. But like, on May 13th, he responded to like Nintendo of America sharing that Borderlands 4 was going to be on Switch too. And a fan was like, Randy, these games better not be $80. Don't take that risk. A lot of gamers aren't going to pay $80. Blah 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 blah. You are the CEO. You have some say in the price when it comes to your publisher. And I'm gonna just read the response if that's fine with everyone here listening.
Yeah, you could read it.
A, not my call. B, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. My local game store had Starflight for Sega Genesis for $8 in 1991. When I was just out of high school working minimum wage at an ice cream parlor in Prismo Beach, and I found a way to make it happen.
Again, we go over this.
Ain't that familiar
Back
with something we
then.
just talked about?
Yeah,
Literally. He didn't
Yeah.
have to do the second part. He didn't have to say all that. He could have just went like,
Honestly,
hey man, it's the publisher.
honestly, if he was all he had to say was it's
not
really
my
not
call.
my call, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so
That's it. Why?
So he got blasted. He got blasted for that. Right, honestly, rightfully so. I'm saying it as a look. I may be the problem here, where it's like, look, I am going to buy 4 when it comes out. I think 4 legitimately looks great. I think it looks like a vast improvement, and I'm excited for it. Even the tone looks way better. Like I am going to.
I already know which character I'm going to use.
Oh, I already know who I'm using. Once I saw that one guy had a common rider mask and blades, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, for sure.
Girl with the bubbles.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna
Bubbles.
read because the whole response to it is a fucking 500 word Twitter post, but he goes into it basically saying it's I didn't mean to infantile and undermine people's feelings, and of course he says, oh, where is it? I think my trying to shorthand using the term real fans, quote unquote, triggered some people and saw it got inflated. I'm like, all right, Randy, if you're making a post like that, you shouldn't say it like that because it reads exactly as you're not wanting it to read. First and foremost, and it's like you're saying, he said he gets it's a business thing and he doesn't really fully have control, which is a fair point. But now here's the thing I want to bring up. He's been doubling down on it since, because someone commented, I guess I'm not a real fan, having purchased every game in the DLC for the series, but fuck $80 games, 100%. No fanboying will ever make up for your greed. His response, I'm going to read just the first sentence here. Sounds like you're a real fan to me, stoked to have you playing our games. Great. That totally doesn't make you look like an asshole. And that's not even the biggest one to me. The biggest one, I just found this one out today, because this was on May 30th. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is free right now on Epic Games Store, I think.
Oh yeah, it is. I believe so.
His Twitter post. For our real fans who may be cost sensitive, the very awesome and incredibly fun smash hit video game Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is free, all capitals, this week on Epic Games Store. Please enjoy this free, all capitals gift by grabbing your free, all capitals copy here. Comma, free, all capitals.
You basically just said, you poor bitches. You basically said, you poor bitches.
You poor.
Here is some spare change.
It is.
Now go play this shit and be
is not a good
grateful.
look.
It's
You think he turns around and is at his desk and goes high five, right? Totally got it.
no, I think you're
like-
right. I think you're actually 100% correct. I think
Everyone's
100
like the lawyers, like the PR agents, like Randy.
I think
Randy,
100%.
please just stop talking.
He runs on
I just- he
Duke
just-
Bro mentality like that.
Literally the PR people are like, Randy, we need to take away computer privileges from you.
He doesn't have the thing is that
Literally,
should happen.
yeah.
I agree with you. That actually
Yeah.
should happen because he should not be doing
Like
this.
just take him away from Twitter, dude. Just take him away.
Oh my god. It's just like it's so frustrating as just someone who genuinely thinks these are really solid games that it's just like this is the spokesperson for it. Oh my god, you're never beating the annoying allegations. This is never fucking like leaving this series and it sucks. Like it's so annoying.
Yeah, legitimately.
And you're just such an
Like- and-
asshole. Like
Awful, fucking awful. And I just can't get over like, oh, if you're a real fan, you'll like make it happen. Like that's not how fucking like finances work, dog. And you're also talking about a fucking video game. It's not like you're like serving me like the only food that I can eat, or either that or it's nothing. You know what I mean? Like
And also,
you're not
like-
starving me to death. Like I just won't play your fucking game.
with that too, it's like oh, you'll make it happen. He also doesn't acknowledge the fact that Borderlands is one of those games that goes on sale not only pretty often but relatively quickly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not only that, but he's talking like Borderlands is like, I guess for lack of a better comparison, he's talking like Borderlands is Mario, where it's like a Borderlands game comes out and like everybody needs to get it. It's like, no, Borderlands is such a niche fucking like series that it's like
it's
the fans are gonna get it.
a lot of people like it's I feel like this is a hard sell for the common common person, considering like already the game has like this like stigma of like, oh, this is dumb and annoying and stupid, and also to not help you released a movie that was absolute dog shit. So the public eye,
I was gonna say
the public eye already is just like, what why on earth would I want to play the new installment of this fucking shitty movie? Like it's
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't say it was niche, but like I know what you mean.
No,
like,
I know
it's
what you-
just
I
like,
get it, I
okay.
get it.
Well, it doesn't have a huge fan base, and even the fan base it does have, like it's waning a little bit
Yeah, I agree.
because
No, I
you
agree
know
with what you're saying.
the Borderlands, like you said, the Borderlands movie
Yeah,
fucking
Borderlands is
sucked.
kinda doo-doo.
Jesus.
Like it was like incredibly bad, and also, you know, we waited like how many years for fucking Borderlands 3, and it was mid.
Yeah, it's like, and what's
yeah.
frustrating about Borderlands 3 is that, like, I've said this multiple times, where it's like the gameplay is actually, I would say, is like the best in the series. I think the gunplay,
It is.
I think the gunplay
Yeah.
is like the best in the
It is.
series. But the thing is, like, everything
Oh,
else bogs it
definitely.
down. Like everything else about it
Yeah.
bogs it
Yeah.
down, which sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Randy. That's a good old Randy.
Oh, Randy.
And I
That
don't,
sure is
Good old
Randy
Randy.
motherfucking Pitchford.
and it is really wild how appropriate our conversation about the Switch 2 prices really is to this specific topic. Because
Yeah.
it's like he used the phrase. He used the thing that's like, oh, back in my day, the games were already $80.
Yeah,
Say the line, Randy.
He was legitimately saying that, and he was also essentially saying like the video game CEO version of, well, you just gotta pull yourself up by your bootstraps
Yeah,
and
I-
get the
I
job
just-
done
And come
to
play
buy
a
my
video
video
I can't-
game.
I can't believe the Tiny Tina thing though. I literally just found that out like as I was prepping for today, and just like
I didn't know that.
like I can't believe that. Like, dude, you're such a dick. Come on, man.
Honestly, can I be honest with you?
Go for it.
I can see after he leaves the whole entire space for Borderlands, I can see him going a la Grum's route.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
What do you-
Considering he's also
what is-
sharing like
what does
AI
that mean?
animation posts.
Okay, so basically there Grum's also I forgot what the fuck his name's fucking is because I hate him. Okay, Mark Kern,
That name sounds very familiar.
aka one of the former CEOs
Oh, he was Blizzard,
of
right?
Blizzard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He basically online he goes by Grums and
Yeah.
he has basically been he's also another dude, bro.
Yeah, and he's like kind of griftery and just like not a good person.
Yeah,
not a
definitely
great
big
person.
grifter.
Not a great person.
Yeah.
I only learn about him against my will.
Okay.
Yeah, it sucks.
Like you don't really learn about him because you think that he's cool or anything like that. No, people like us learn about him against our will and don't understand how people can actually care for him, especially since he's a gigantic scammer.
That'll do it.
Yeah. It's just like I what else can I say at this point, you know? Like
You've said enough. But
Randy.
you know
Do
what
you
else
wanna-
is bad?
There is one person in the video game industry, and I'm going to say this at full risk, that probably like the day after this podcast comes out, he's going to get canceled.
Oh no.
But also his name doesn't get shuffled around quite enough for just how important this guy is. When I first started doing the Crash Bandicoot retrospective, I started to learn more and more about this guy because he had a big hand in like Crash Bandicoot for the beginning.
God, do I know who I think it? I think I know who this is.
Probably. Mark Cerny.
Yes.
I think that's how you say his name. Mm-hmm. Ever heard of him?
I've heard the name. I'm not too familiar with him though.
You have no idea how integral this guy has been for all of video games. Like, it's insane. Let me read you a list of games that he is involved in. The original Marble Madness. Sonic 2. Crash Bandicoot. Every Naughty Dog Crash Bandicoot game. Every Insomniac Spyro game. Every Jak and Daxter. Every Ratchet and Clank. God of War 3. Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales. Like, all of these influential games throughout all of video games, he had a hand in. And not only that, he designed every single, he designed and helped program every single PlayStation since PlayStation 2.
Oh, wow.
What?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
What do you mean? What did he? He's great,
Oh,
and
he
he
was
needs
just
to be
praised-
celebrated.
oh,
Is what I'm
Oh,
saying.
he's great. He needs to be celebrated. Okay, I thought it was like, you're like, what do you do?
I'm like, this is like Mark Cerny. What the point I was trying to make is Mark Cerny should be
yes.
who people in the video game industry, especially in places of leadership, should strive to be like.
He's basically like such a great guy, and I wish that more game companies or game CEOs were like him.
Well, because it's like he's like a good way to like compare him is like someone like Iwata, right? Where it's like
Iwata and Reggie.
He seems more I would say more so Iwata, but it's like he seems way more interested in pushing the technology and video games as an industry forward rather than making money. You know what I mean? Like he's more interested in evolving the art form.
Yeah.
Than just straight up being like, how can we squeeze the most money out of these little gamer dicks, you know?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Not my gamer dick, dude.
That's Randy.
Yeah, that's right. I know. Speaking of like, you know, people doing things for the gamers. What was it? Smite 2 and Paladin guys fired their executives.
Oh.
Yeah. So they fired their executives and they wanted to give their actual workers more money. I think it was.
Oh.
Yeah. I saw it it was yesterday, I think. Who was it from? Yeah, High Res. Yeah, I just where is it? I just pulled it up. Yeah, was it Smite and Paladin High Res devs just laid off executives and senior staff to keep Smite 2 alive? High Res chooses their devs over executives, with no core Smite 2 dev being affected by these layoffs.
Okay.
Damn.
I'm shocked. Well, okay. The thing is that with High Res, their executives were making very bad decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To the point where, first of all, there was Smite, and now there's Smite 2. First of all, Smite had like a bunch of skins for like their gods. Did you know that none of those skins are going to be transferred over from your Smite account to your Smite 2 account?
Ooh,
Lame.
gross.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So any money that you spent on that game or any skins that you got from like an event or something like that, you don't get it from the original game.
Lame.
Yeah, they also had the weird ones with like V Shoujo and Ruby and Ninja Turtles.
And there's also the fact of they stopped all development for Paladins because they kept on screwing up.
That's how it goes. So that's something. I guess that's something pretty neat that they were like, yeah, we don't want you here anymore. I don't know. Let's see. I guess Bold Move Cotton. See how it plays out, or hopefully it plays out well.
Yeah.
No, it's not like a bootleg.
But you know who else is starting to people are getting annoyed with?
Oh, is it Paimon's VA?
So I'm gonna ask a question. Obviously, I have literally no knowledge of this topic, but I did see that Paimon's VA. But isn't that really recent news or something?
Oh,
Yes,
I was about to
that's
get
the
into
most-
that.
Okay.
And,
You do.
okay, so I'll literally start from the beginning for this because there's a lot to go over with this.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, there has been a strike going on for SAG-AFTRA VAs
Yeah.
because they want AI protections, which that's great. So like some of the characters that were in like Hoyoverse games like Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, and Zenless Zone Zero weren't being voiced.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, people were like, all for them, like, yeah, like, we don't want them to be replaced by AI, blah, 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 yada, yada. Then more information started coming out, and things were starting to get bad.
Oh.
First off, one of the voice actors that, for a character in Genshin was replaced with a Japanese English speaker.
Oh.
And the voice actors for like Paimon, Kaching, and some other characters bullied the shit out of him
Oh.
by saying like he's a scab, he shouldn't be doing this, he should blah 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 yada yada. And a lot of those fans were attacking this new VA. Even though he had no idea about the strike because it's in fucking Japan.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough.
And people were getting mad at these VAs because it's like, hey, he doesn't know this shit. None of you actually went to go talk to him. Some VAs actually did talk to him and go like, hey, so did you know this was happening? And he literally said, I had no idea this shit was happening. He has no idea. But of course, all the damage is done, right? So then people started going against these voice actors, even though again I was kind of still with them because I'm like, yeah, they need the protections for AI. There's a problem though. A voice actor, hold on, let me just get his name up because he made a very important video that showed us a lot. Let's see. I'm going to pronounce his last name badly. Please excuse me. But Joe Zaija? I don't know how to pronounce it properly. Please excuse me. Came out with a video of what was happening with the strikes. It was about AI protections, but there was something else. They wanted Hoyoverse to sign an interim contract, so that way, they are now a union company.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Whoever said, "Uh-oh, yeah, you just got the right idea." Remember, Hoyoverse is a Chinese company.
Yeah.
There's also another thing that he said that got a lot of people's attention. MiHoYo was never actually a company that was being boycotted.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
The recording studio that they were using was. And guess what? MiHoYo changed their recording studio from the one that didn't have the AI protections to one that did in January.
Oh my god.
So just so I can kind of understand the scenario here a little bit more. So you're saying like, at the end of the day, they actually did already have the protections?
Yes, because also one thing that that a lot of people didn't realize, and something that some Chinese fans were actually pointing out, China has laws against AI to make it so that way you cannot use AI to replicate a person's voice unless that person gives you explicit consent.
Yeah.
So not only was Hoyo not a company that was being boycotted, but they already had a company that they were going to be recording with that literally has the AI protections.
So then to me, and I'm just understanding this the best I can. Correct me if I'm wrong here. And this is like, it seems like they were being grilled for almost nothing. Then, correct? Am I missing something? Or
yes,
okay.
Yes, that's basically what it boiled down to. Is that
so? Then the question is, what was this all for?
For them to sign the agreement for them to be a union for SAG-AFTRA, a union job for SAG-AFTRA. Which
but
I don't know.
That would also mean, because now this might be wildly incorrect or even just wildly speculation. That would mean that the English-speaking Japanese voice actor would have to be kicked off.
He would do 3 jobs with Hoyo and then have to be kicked off or join that union.
That's
which he can't.
A little screwed up. Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, that's a little messed up.
And that's what a lot of people were bringing up. Like, they can't because, A, they're a Chinese company. They're not going to sign with an American company just because y'all want it to be union.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Brandon,
because I don't mean to keep like interjecting, but
it's
like
fine. Go.
Like my question about it is like, what's the advantage? Like, I know like a union is a good thing for the workers, like sure, but like in this sense, like are they like, why is it so important to them to unionize in this particular job? You know what I'm saying?
It's mainly due to the fact that what they say is so that way they have more like, power, so that way they can at least like, fight back if necessary. Because basically the union is going to, if anything happens and you need like a lawyer or anything like that, and something goes wrong with that company and they don't do what you need them to do, what they're supposed to do, you have like, the union will back you up.
Yeah.
And they will fight for you if things are not being done copacetically.
Yeah, because then my like benefit of the doubt, like part of my brain is saying like, maybe like, are working conditions like not great at Hoyo, like to the point where they feel like they need a union, or like is it a money issue? Is it?
I don't know 100%. I don't, because I did not look 100% into it, but it seems like people are fine because one of the people that I follow, Alejandro Saab, or Sayu as he's known online.
Oh yeah, Sayu. Yeah.
He does a lot of stuff for Hoyo, and it seems like he's doing just fine with them.
From how I've been seeing, because even I was like and at one point I was confused because I'm like, I don't understand, because it feels like they're not telling you all the information, because sometimes MiHoYo would be like, hey, here's the new VA, and people would be like, oh, it's it's so fucked up you're replacing them because they're like a union worker or whatever, and like no one's really telling you the full information that it's this until recently, because this is recent. This isn't like, this has been going on for a while, and this information just came out. I think I could be wrong.
This information started coming out like a month or 2 ago.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like I like what I do for work obviously is a union job, and union jobs are good, but like how they're going about it isn't right, and it makes it harder for you now to be a union because no one wants to work with you because you're just withholding information, you're not being truthful, and you're letting people go under fire what feels like no reason.
And also, like, the problem is that they did this all under the guise of like that it has to do with fighting against AI.
Yes.
And when you're being like very underhanded and using a very popular excuse to like like drive the argument forward, even though you have ulterior motives, is not just a bad look for like you. It's also like a bad look for like the movement. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
like when like the most recent example I can think of, or like the most comparable example, is when the voice actress for Bayonetta was like having her little freak out on Twitter about like how she was replaced because she wasn't getting like paid enough. But then it came out that like she was definitely getting way more than what she said she was offered. Where she was like, oh, I was going to make like I think it was like what, $4,000 to record all of Bayonetta 3 when it was $4,000 per session.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I think it just ended up being like a ploy because she wanted to like be paid more than that, like for voicing Bayonetta, because she started getting a big head about being the voice of Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Then
being
she
so
turns out to
iconic.
be such a horrible person because she then.
Doesn't mean you have to be like a dick about it. Like, and I
well,
get it.
also-
Like, you want to be worth what you are, but like, if the studio can only afford that, because
But what you're doing in that sense is that you're taking advantage of people's arguments at that time that was getting very popular because it was popping up a lot, was the fact that voice actors are getting shafted and paid less than like traditional actors. So she was using that as like the crux of what was going on, when she was more so just using that to be like emotionally manipulative to the general public.
Yes, exactly. It's kind of like the same. It is kind of like the same situation.
Yeah. And it just cheapens the argument on both sides, and it's very unfortunate because there are a lot of voice actors that aren't paid enough. There are voice actors who are in like fucking the biggest animes that you could think of, or the biggest games you could think of, and they barely have enough money to even just live in their apartment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's definitely
Exactly,
like
which
all
is
around.
that's why a lot of people were like for this whole entire thing, and then more information started coming out, and then things started to fall apart. But we're not even done with these people because, as I said, Knitch was the first one to get replaced. Mm-hmm. More characters started to get replaced as the months went by, and the thing is that a lot of people, were upset because people love those voices, blah 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 blah. But they understood that with this whole entire thing going on, we don't want these people voicing our characters, especially, we're gonna bring up her name, Karina, aka Paimon's voice actress or actor. Do they go by they them? I think they go by they them.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm not sure either.
Anyway,
Yeah, Paimon.
they have been very much a problem person from the very beginning of this whole entire thing. And when people just were like, there may have been misinformation going out there, blah, blah, yada, yada, which, that's going to happen. But then one of her famous videos calls freaking the viewers idiots and saying that YouTubers are making money lying to you, and y'all are idiots, like, believing them instead of believing us. It's like, ooh, you don't say that.
Yeah.
You don't freaking... She's also like one of the major people that started the bullying in the first place. And then when people were going ahead and bringing up the fact, first of all, she's not even a union rep. She's not even a union. She's not even a part of the union. But I get that solidarity with your fellow actors. Good for you. But then you're still voicing the character. Even though there are people who are also not non-union that stopped voicing those characters.
Yeah.
And you're bullying a person who had no idea what the hell was going on. So a lot of people were going ahead and calling for her to be fired because no one really liked her.
I mean, yeah.
And a lot of people were calling for her to be fired. But recently, an update has come up that she is quitting.
Ba-bum.
Yeah.
Quitting?
Yes, because
Yes,
the whole
and
entire thing with Kenich's voice actor pissed her off so much that if he didn't get his job back, she was gonna quit.
Uh-huh.
And you know what Hoyo did? They did not
What did
care.
they do?
They did not care.
Yeah, sure.
They were like, "That's cool, bro. Anyway, we're gonna continue making a cajillion dollars off our games." Bye.
So now this girl, this
pretty much.
person has quit, and and of course, a lot of people on the internet are celebrating because, first of all, a lot of people don't like Paimon as a character.
Yeah, she kind of sucks.
Because not only do people find her voice annoying, but also Paimon as a character feels more like the main character than the main characters.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because
That
again,
was I'm not gonna lie. Paimon was part of the reason why I just could not continue playing Genshin.
it was one of my reasons too.
Could I ask a question, Brandon?
What's up?
In regards to this, there was because I've always have done my haha jokes about with Hoyoverse and everything on the show here, but I have a friend of mine who's big into Zenless, and he was talking to me a while back how I don't know the character's fucking name, the wolf guy,
Lycan.
his voice actor got replaced because he just straight up didn't see an email or some shit,
No, okay. So what happened
with
was
him? Is this relevant to this?
he was
or-
yes, it is because he's another person that stopped doing voice acting for the character of Lycan because of the SAG-AFTRA strike.
Okay.
So and for one of the most important updates for this character, actually, he was not voiced.
Yeah, that's what my friend was telling me. That was there was a big update for him, and he just wasn't voiced.
Nope, not one bit. You had silent Lycan, and no one liked that.
Yeah.
So what they did was replace the shit out of him. Because he was refusing to work until they again signed the interim agreement. And again, I don't know if Hoyo can. Probably not. Again, Chinese company in China, they have their own laws.
Yeah.
So again, he got replaced, and so did a lot of different characters from multiple different from all three of their games. The main characters for Honkai Star Rail got replaced, which is funny to me.
That's wild.
Again, Lycan got replaced. A bunch of characters for Zenless got replaced. It was a whole shit show, and they basically lost the fans' power once they found out that Hoyo themselves was not a company that they were striking against.
It definitely seems like just one big mess.
It basically was.
Yeah, yeah.
One big mess surrounded by a lot of misguided and a bit manipulative behavior.
Yeah, definitely sucks.
Yeah, pretty much.
And again, for the people that really were hoping that it was all for all this stuff, I feel bad because your trust was taken and just spat on.
I mean, oh yeah, I mean
Oh yeah.
Hey man, with Bayonetta 3, we already said it.
Yeah, especially for
legitimately.
the guys here that we know, Steve and Ann and Pete that do stuff like this. It's we were really passionate about this, and it's you're using our passion to weaponize it. That's cool, I guess.
Legitimately,
yeah, and-
it's terrible.
That's really cool.
That's lame.
And that's exactly why I'm just
Super fucking
upset because not only does this is another time where a major game for a major company had a voice actor that fucked shit up. Mm-hmm. And it's just now it's going to make things harder for people to believe these voice actors even when they're telling 100% the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, speaking of AI.
Yeah, this is
voices.
ironically enough, we did a pretty good job this show of transitioning topics.
So
We didn't even try to do it this way.
Brandon's really good at
Yeah,
it. Brandon's
yeah.
really good
Hell
at it.
yeah.
I'll give him that.
And now that we went from AI, we started with AI. Let's talk more about AI.
Yay.
Because apparently we now have AI Darth Vader. If I'm not mistaken, Fortnite?
It's Fortnite, yeah. So
Yes.
So
Okay.
You go, Miles. You go.
May I?
No, go.
Please do,
so-
because I need to hear this.
Okay, so for what it is, and you know me, I hate AI. I hate
Yes.
it with a passion. It makes me actively upset. But I will say this instance is better than others, right? So to kind of clarify, so in Fortnite, they added an AI Darth Vader, which has an AI generated version of James Earl Jones' voice.
May he
And
rest
essentially
in peace.
what the function of it is, yeah, may he rest in peace. What the function of it is that you can have AI Darth Vader join your party in Fortnite, and you can essentially just talk to him, and he will respond to you with whatever you say to him. And in that sense, it's kind of cool that it's like this thing, and it's one of those things where, you know, I've talked with Pete a lot about this. We actually talked about it a little bit on one of our Final Fantasy 16 streams, where this use of AI is a little bit better than what I would usually be against because of two reasons. One, this is a thing where it's like there would have been no job if this was not done by AI, because he's supposed to functionally respond to anything, right? So there is absolutely no shot that you could get a James Earl Jones like impersonator to go into a booth and just spew out literally like every sentence known to man.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, so in that sense, it's like, okay, I don't see this as taking a job away from a human, right? And then the second reason why I think it's a little bit better than, you know, most AI things is because James Earl Jones himself literally signed his, like, voice rights over to Disney to do something like this. Like, this was the purpose so that they could use his voice in future projects for Darth Vader, for whatever they chose, and his family will then be able to rake in the royalty money for whenever they use his voice for Darth Vader. Right?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
This actually sounds great, because like again, against AI, but the idea of like he signed over his stuff, but also
Yes.
the family's gonna get some of the royalties, dividends, whatever, from this whole entire thing.
And the great thing about it is that, you know, unexpected, I guess, company W when it comes to stuff like this, even before they implemented AI Darth Vader into the game, they asked the family anyway if that would be okay. They didn't have to do that. Like, they went out of their way to be like, hey, we want to implement AI Darth Vader into our game and have, you know, James Earl Jones' voice be in it. Would you be be AI generated into it? Would that be okay? And they were all for it, and they gave their consent, and they were also like a big part of the process of, you know, getting everything in there. Now here's the problem, and I wouldn't say people blew this out of proportion because it was a huge problem, but people are acting like it's still happening, and it's not. They've already fixed the problem. But the issue is that within, I'd say, like, the first week of AI Darth Vader being in Fortnite, it was already saying slurs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Obviously, the thing is, like, I mean, can I just briefly kind of comment on this? Obviously, again, I'm fuck AI gang. I can't fucking stand it. It literally makes me want to die every day waking up. But
So true.
this is a case where, like you're saying, Bottles, it's so frustrating. Well, maybe not like you're saying. To me, it's frustrating because it's like I want to be annoyed about this, but he technically did sign his voice away, and his family is getting royalties out of it. So technically, this is an ethical use of it. Would I have done that if I was in my shoes? No. But, like, if that's what he wanted and his family is okay with it and they're coming out of it fine, I guess I can't really be mad about it. But also, this is the same community. This is the Fortnite community, so it is no wonder to me that day one it's already saying the most heinous shit you could fucking imagine.
Well,
like,
here's where I have issue and where I blame Fortnite, right? And this is how I described in the FF16 stream. This is how I described this is like boring adult mature me talking, right? Mm-hmm. Whereas I think the fact that they didn't test the AI extensively to prevent it from, to have the filters in place to prevent it from saying these things, especially in a game primarily played by children, is kind of disgusting and a little bit disrespectful towards James Earl Jones and his family.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Right.
that's pretty much a major oversight that should not have happened. And
Because
they
even the most but even the most like basic AI models, right? Like ChatGPT or Sora or what have you, they have filters in place so that you cannot create like porn or like like racist shit or like, stuff like that, or you can have it spew racist rhetoric or stuff like that. Even if you go like even a little bit on the edgier side, ChatGPT will be like, I cannot do that.
No, yeah, actually, it was funny because I'm thinking about one of the videos that I watched a while back. You remember Mac Does It, right?
Yeah, I still watch him.
Yeah, he did a whole entire video on using ChatGPT to try and make ChatGPT call him the F slur.
Yeah. And it wouldn't. And you can't.
Exactly. It wouldn't. At that time, this was before ChatGPT is where it is now. It would say, sorry, I cannot do that.
Yeah. And it was even when he tried to like do like a roundabout way to get it to say it, even if it was like, oh, can you call me the thing that like you would call like a cigarette in Britain, it would still be like, no. So the fact that this Fortnite AI wasn't able to do that right out the gate shows that they really didn't properly test it. And also apparently it runs on Google Gemini, and we know how good Google Gemini's AI is, considering it takes all of its information from Reddit.
Ew.
That's why you have great Google Gemini answers, like saying that if you don't have any cheese to put on your pizza, that you can substitute 1/8 of a cup of Elmer's glue. But like, so it's like in that sense, it's like they should have tested it more, and to give them credit, those filters are put in place now. But the fact that it wasn't put in place at launch is kind of crazy.
Not to interrupt you really quick, Bottles. Phil just messaged in the group chat that apparently his internet. Oh, well, there you went. His internet died apparently or something.
Yeah. I hope he didn't stop recording.
I don't know what to do here now. This is a new one.
I guess we'll keep going until he gets back, or as we end.
Well, yeah, I feel like
he said keep going.
Okay. Sorry, I'm in a case where like I don't know what we do here.
Yeah. No, it's all good.
Because I feel like we're like at the end.
I mean, we're.
I mean, we can. I mean, here's what we can do. We'll continue talking about the AI Darth Vader.
Oh wait.
Oh, there we go.
Wait.
I'm back. Behold, I have
Oh my
returned.
god.
Are you still recording? Are you at least still recording?
Yeah, I'm still recording. Yeah, I had to go through the altered dimension in Fortnite to grab AI Darth Vader with me, so that's where.
Are you still recording at least? Or?
Yeah, I'm still recording.
All right, cool. All right, we're good.
It was just my internet.
So basically, that was pretty much everything that we wanted to go over in this podcast.
Yeah.
I just wanted to finish up real quick because I still had a couple points.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah, go for it.
But yeah, so that's the mature, boring 29-year-old Bottles talking. Now, I'm going to introduce you. I wouldn't say introduce because you've known him for a long time. I'm going to introduce you to mentally inside 16-year-old chaos lover Bottles.
no.
Okay.
Oh no.
The fact that AI failed this hard in a medium that's so big like Fortnite, I take this as a victory against AI.
Yeah, I see.
Okay, I see where he's going.
You.
Well, I was gonna say, like, remember when they did that like AI Family Guy thing, and like the span of like 3 days, it became very, ugh.
Yeah.
It always happens with AI. It just always happens.
Well,
it's just funny.
the biggest thing was with AI Seinfeld, where
Yes!
they literally got banned off of Twitch because it started saying transphobic shit.
Yeah.
But then,
I'm not laughing 'cause-
AI Family Guy was like talking about 9/11. You know, the only thing I think hasn't been affected is AI
God.
SpongeBob so far,
Surprisingly.
but I think that's because they really hammer in like filters with that one. But like
How?
the part of me that wants to see AI fail and crash and burn is loving this.
Yeah, you
as
know what?
horrible
Yeah,
as it
of
is, I'm loving it.
That's a good way to look at it. That's a good way to look at it in
Yeah.
a weird way.
And I will say, because a lot of people are afraid now that it's like, now that James Earl Jones has signed over his voice rights for Darth Vader, so now they can AI generate Darth Vader whenever they want, that now they're taking away jobs from other people. And so far, I will give Disney a little bit of credit. They've only used this twice. One was for Fortnite, for AI Darth Vader. And then the second one, from what I remember, is that they used it to train Hayden Christensen in, I think, Kenobi, or whatever it was called.
It was
Yeah, I think it was
Obi-Wan
Obi-Wan.
Kenobi.
I think it was Kenobi.
It was
It was
Kenobi.
Kenobi,
Yeah.
I believe, the show.
They used it so that Hayden Christensen can learn James Earl Jones' voice inflections for when he is Darth Vader in Kenobi.
Oh no, that
kinda
actually
cool.
is a good use. That's
That sounds
not
kind of cool,
just
actually.
that's not just like using it just for like
It's also
taking away jobs. It's to train somebody.
It's an in-house thing
Yeah.
too. It's not like they're like publicly making like, oh, this is if you want to learn how to voice Darth Vader, this is a course we're selling. No, it's it's an in-house use thing. So like I can understand
Exactly.
that a little more. I can understand that.
So I'm saying So I'm saying Disney has been, I'm going to say it, oddly respectable about this, because even like in stuff like Jedi Fallen Order, I think it was.
Yes.
They had like another guy voicing Darth Vader in that game, so it seems like they're willing to still use voice actors for Darth Vader. If I were to guess, if they were to go still this good route, they're going to use it to train people, and maybe they'll use it for like theme park attractions. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
Like that. Like I would say that would probably be the good usages of this if they were to continue to go this route.
Yeah,
I can be okay with that.
I mean, to me, I'm just obviously the absolute bitter, like soul crushed person is just like, nah, fuck all this. But like, at least there's some silver lining to it. There's some silver lining to it.
Yeah, I give it a bit more credit because of the fact that he signed it over.
Yeah, that's my issue. Is that it's so hard for me to be like super mumble grumble because it's like, well, technically he was okay with it.
Yeah.
So it's like I can't.
Technically, he did what we want them to actually do. Say, hey, we want to use AI to kind of replicate your voice for certain things. Can we?
Yeah, I technically can't be mad about it. He was okay. Like I said, he okayed it. His family gets royalties out of it. So like I can't really interject too much on it. And again, I wouldn't do that myself. But that's also, I'm not accomplished actor James Earl Jones. I'm
exactly.
369 subscriber YouTube account Pal Pop who plays Doom.
Yeah.
Almost
Right.
at 370 though.
Yeah. There you go.
Or what is it? 5,653 subscriber GCN, but only gets about 100 views per video.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry about that.
But,
don't worry about that.
I think it's,
No, I'm just joking.
I know.
I think it's time
so-
to. Oh, did you have something to say, Phil, with this too?
Yeah, so this is like another minor one. So, I didn't get to talk about it because I wasn't here for it. But they lured me in with Limp Bizkit and they punched me in my chocolate starfish, as we all know. Devil May Cry show kind of sucked, except for one episode that was a music video.
Literally,
and then, just like good old Randy, Adi Shankar did not go to Medieval Times, but Adi Shankar was on a podcast. I don't know if it's his own or with Kenny Omega. I don't know if Kenny Omega has one, but he was on a pod recently that basically kind of boiled down to talking about like what he does and how he's been doing everything and vice versa. And the one thing that stood out for people was basically him saying, yeah, I was mad when Devil May Cry 5 came out because I wanted to be the one that resurrected the series.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's like really dumb.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
It's just I heard that I went, damn.
Yo, if
this guy kind of
if Devil May Cry, you know what? To an extent, I kind of wish it played out like that, because then he would do it. He would be the new DMC joke, and then Devil May Cry 5 would come out and save everything. Because I also too,
Yeah,
I too
literally.
watched that show and hated a good majority of it.
every moment of it, because it's like the characters aren't who they are.
Except that one episode that you said, because that was actually just artistically was a really fucking cool episode, and I can't.
And it's unfortunate because like I was like, oh wow, having the white hair from the manga is really cool.
He was the strong
like,
suit.
That's
of that,
sick.
Yeah, he was the strong suit of that show too to me until the end. At the end, tail end, I was like,
Oh no,
okay,
yeah,
you kind
no,
of
yeah. I will agree that like in the beginning, like the white hair, I was just like, damn,
I'm into
Really
it.
cool.
this motherfucker is hardcore. I am for this.
Yeah.
And then we find out about him, which I'm okay with him being like, I mean, it's been out for a long enough time, so I think.
Yeah, we can just spoil
Whatever.
it.
All right, spoilers for the Devil May Cry anime. If you really want to watch it, I don't recommend.
Yeah, if
it,
you
but-
really care, just don't.
Skip
Turns
to
out
this
he's
time
just-
code.
Yeah.
Turns out he's just a human that got that went to hell, and when he tried to actually bring demon refugees to the freaking Earth,
Which, by the way, I'm sorry. That plot point is just. That's not Devil May Cry.
So in the
No.
manga, he is like Arkham, but he's like a revenant of Arkham, basically. So that part's not far off. Everything else is dumb.
Can I?
No,
can
yeah,
I,
like-
Can I say something? Can I just be
What?
really? If we're doing spoiler stuff, can I just say something?
go ahead.
I was giving a like almost like a play-by-play, not play-by-play, in our one group chat when I was watching the show and finishing it up, and like really saying my feelings. Like I was really disappointed. Like as annoyed as it was, I was more so disappointed because I was like, I really wanted this to be good, and there was some cool stuff in there. I think like the fight it's on the traffic when I think Last Resort is playing. It's like the whole fucking song. I think that fight's awesome. I think that's really cool. I mentioned specifically in the group chat where there was something in this show at the end that made me audibly go, "Oh, go fuck yourself," and that was like was over. And this is the tail end of the show, so I'm gonna just be.
Is
real,
it when?
Just
Is
let-
it
please,
when?
Please let me.
Is it has to do with lady?
Not really, lady. Not really, lady. No, even though lady was terrible in this show. But
Correct.
so the show ends. The show's ending. It's like actually it does kind of involve lady. Lady knocks out Dante because he's still considered a threat or some shit, even though they just worked together and fucking she would realize by now that he really isn't. But whatever, I guess. Got it set up for season 2.
Yeah.
There's an ongoing plot point about the vice president, I think it was, of the United States being like super like God religious, and he the white rabbit had like the teleportation device that went between the demon world and our world, and there's an ongoing plot point of demon refugees. And it turns out the vice president got this piece of tech, and the show straight up ends more or less on. I can't fucking believe I'm saying this for a Devil May
You
Cry
can
anime.
say it.
It ends with the United States invading. Is it hell? Or the demon world?
Yes, it is.
It's hell. It's
hell.
basically
It's
hell.
Invading hell, committing
I'll
mass
tell you.
genocide,
And bombing the shit out of it.
and all accompanied by American Idiot by fucking Green Day.
Yeah.
Adi Shankar is not very good at very
Shut
many
the
things.
fuck up! Oh my fucking
Yes.
god!
Yes, the song that's literally going ahead and critiquing America.
It's so
Dude,
it's so not like look, if you want to make
And then
a
that's the
fucking
point.
if you want to make something like that, I get it, it's fine. This was not subtle. This was they're launching 5 bricks at your face. This is stupid. It becomes stupid now. We're just like, "Oh, this is fucking dumb. What are we fucking
Yeah, because that hurts it because that's not even the point of the game. The point of the game is that demons suck, but
yeah,
like
that's-
now you're making them not like I don't get it.
doesn't-
He didn't make Devil
Also,
May Cry.
and the last thing to say, it's the real end stinger of the show, which, by the way, I fucking called this. Despite what the trailer shows you, Virgil really isn't in the show. Yeah, of course that was a fake out, which I had a feeling it was. And when he finally shows up, I just remembered one more thing I have to bitch about. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm going in now. I'm sorry. I'm activated. You guys.
Go in,
should.
go in, go in.
And I'm the Devil May Cry fan.
I'm like definitely nowhere near as big as you feel, but I do like Devil May Cry. I think it's an awesome series.
Yeah.
And it really is tonally like kind of just stuff I like. When Virgil shows up, it ends with him, and he's like. I am the storm that's approaching. And they play this weird fucking version of Bury the Light, and it just feels so fucking stupid. It doesn't feel cool. It feels dumb. And the other combination of this is when Dante finally activates his fucking Devil Trigger. They play this shitty version of Devil Trigger, and this is so frustrating to me because that's not his fucking song.
Yes.
It's Nero's song.
Yep.
That's Nero's song.
And also, what is it Bosch that voices him? Or is it
it's Johnny. It's Johnny
and
Bosch.
Who also voiced Nero, because I know Dante's has that shit going on. But like, it just to me is so like Dante has all of these other tracks that you can use, and Devil Trigger is so inclined to Nero. What the fuck are you doing?
It's almost like they wanted. It's almost like they turned Dante into Nero.
I mean, it's almost,
that's what I said.
That, and also, it's almost like they just knew Devil Trigger was popular, and it was the reason.
Yeah, that's all it is.
A lot of people did complain about that, and also did say like, "Well, why didn't you use freaking his what is it? His theme?" And it's like, unfortunately, they use it for the ending theme of the show.
Yeah, and honestly, like honestly, one of the versions of like Devils Never Cry, I think, is actually not terrible. But like, you could have used that, or you could have used the other song from Devil May Cry 3 in the beginning. Like, it
was a frustrating experience from start to finish for me because I felt like I was being that guy that I don't like being, where it's someone just constantly bitching and moaning about something, but I'm just like, man. This shit sucked, dude.
No, I think you can be that guy as long as it like makes sense and it's like, this is dumb. It's just right? like people do it to rage bait, but this was my legitimate complaint too. I'm like, this is dumb. He has no idea what he's doing. And it's like, he goes on and he says like, this was my thing. This was going to be my job to bring back Devil May Cry. He's like, I could have done.
That's wild. I didn't know about that. That's insane.
and it's like, he's like, I should have done Street Fighter, acting like Street Fighter isn't like super popular right now. Like
Street Fighter would have been worse.
It's a shame because Adi did a good job with that one Punisher short film that I think people should go watch because it's legitimately really good.
Did he? I forget. Was he also Castlevania?
He paid probably a decent amount of money to be on the end credits and not contribute nothing, I think is the story.
Okay.
And even then, like, Captain Laserhawk isn't so bad.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I thought that show
enjoyed Captain Laserhawk. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Captain Laserhawk was fun.
Yeah. I thought
and like, how do you? I don't know. Adi just kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's
it.
That's
my thing. That's my wrap up. Adi sucks. He's a narcissist. He kind of blows.
Yeah, but
that's my thing.
Hey, I'm gonna be real, gang. I'm gonna be real. I think this was a pretty good podcast. I think we had a lot.
This is really fun.
A lot of in-depth conversation here. Like, I thought we had a lot of good stuff today.
It sure was a podcast.
And our buttons were pushed.
They sure were.
So, I guess we can.
My pants pissed.
Whoa.
My pants shitted.
All right, who shit myself? All right. So I guess we're gonna wrap the show. I think it's time to wrap the show up myself.
Mods, wrap it up.
Jarvis, wrap the show up. But
right away, sir.
So I guess I'll open up the wrap up just because I opened up the show too. Oh man, look at me stating the thing I did. Hi everyone, my name's Lucas. Besides being here for Pusher Buttons, I also have a channel. Whoa, what happened there? My God.
Blow pop.
Blow pop. What? Those things fucking slap, dude.
That's the OnlyFans.
I have a channel. Oh no! Don't ever. No, no one wants that. I have a channel called Pal Pop where I do all my streaming stuff, and I got some cool stuff coming around the corner. Secret of the Mimic is actually out by the time this podcast is out, I think. Wait. I think it might be the week. Is that true? I think it might be the week.
Hold on.
The 13th. The 13th. It might be the week.
Okay.
The week that's coming out, this podcast should be up on the 9th. So, like, all right, Bottles, if this doesn't happen, uh-oh. But
the Mimic.
You just scared me for a second. I'm like, I have to prepare.
It's the 13th. Yeah, it's the 13th. I'm almost done with my stuff, but I do game streams there. I also have a Twitter at El Scroboshack, at Palpop, where I post art, Instagram at Palpop, and all that shit. You can always find this stuff on my channel too, on like really any. Just click one of the live streams. I keep it all in the description. So that's me.
I'll go. If you guys enjoy card games and enjoy maybe things that I have to say, which isn't a lot because I haven't posted in, any discussions, you can follow me at Crit Club Locker Room, where I predominantly post Vanguard content and maybe some Uni Arena because they have some cool animes that I like. So maybe a couple of games here and there. I am a little behind, so that's mainly because I was on vacation. But I have a bunch of locals to upload and maybe another box opening here or there. Who knows? Let's find out. So other than that, you can also follow me on Twitter at PhilPhil69. I haven't made another one that's like, business related.
I guess I'll go. Hey everybody, it's your boy Brandon. You can find me here on the channel. Also, you can find me on Twitter at SoulCrow1. You can also find me on Blue Sky as Capri93. I do sometimes talk about video games. I recently haven't been active due to the fact that I have been basically recovering from a surgery. So I should be on there more often soon.
All right, and you're already on the GCN channel, which is where you'll mainly find me. We stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We post videos every Friday of reviews. The Crash retrospective just ended, and I'm hoping by the time this podcast comes out, hopefully you'll be seeing the Mario retrospective pretty soon. Super Mario of the 80s. It should be starting very, very soon. In fact, at the time of recording this podcast, I have already edited the audio for 20 of the 23 videos.
Ooh.
So it's coming along real nicely. So make sure you tune in for that. And also, we have a merch store in the description below. You can buy your shirts, mugs, and stickers. You can become a channel member to get videos way earlier than everybody else. And it's just a good way to support the channel. If you support the channel, you support us. And if you support us, we can make better videos for you. Also, a little bit of a plug. Also, another channel that we have is called Dubasses, where I do voice acting with a bunch of our voice acting friends, including Steve and Peter. So if you want to see us and our voice acting, then you can go over to that channel as well. We actually have a new project coming up that I'm hoping turns out real well. It's funny because Steve said it as a throwaway name, like being like, "Oh, we'll call ourselves like Dubasses," and I'm like, "That sounds awesome."
Yeah.
That's also how classic GCN fans will remember. The first podcast we had was called "Blow My Cartridge," and that came out of the same sort of situation. But now we have push our buttons. If it ruins the pacing of the outro, editor Lucas, you can cut all that out.
What if I include this instead? Yeah, check that out. Oh yeah.
Whoa. Whoa. No, I'm Iron Man.